views from the friend zone. It's your time. We giving you real talk, so stay on your grind. We just trying to laugh and have a good time. We dropping them jewels so that all our people can shine. Views from the friend zone. It's your time. We giving you real talk, so stay on your grind. We just trying to laugh and have a good time. We dropping them jewels so that all our people can shine. Yeah. Welcome to another edition of Views from the Friend Zone podcast. It's your boy Real Talk Marv. Happy fall, y'all. Who I got in the building with me?
Yeah, it's your boy Open Shirt Poppy, a.k.a. whatever you want. What's up?
It's your boy Cliff Brock Banam.
And our special guest?
Danielle.
Yes.
Danielle.
Hi.
How you doing?
Good.
So Danielle, tell us about yourself. You know, on some of your social media platforms, you go by Danny Love. Just give us a little background, what you got going on, your energy, and everything
Danny
going on.
Love. You can give us that one.
Meditation.
Okay.
I focus on sound healing. I focus on just resonating with your best self. Focus on Black businesses support. Focusing on just maintaining for the youth of today, so we could do better for tomorrow.
So interesting. You said something healing. Can you elaborate on that?
Sound healing.
Sound healing.
Yeah,
Okay,
so I do the sound bowls.
Okay.
Based on our chakras and Reiki.
Like vibrations and stuff?
Absolutely.
Okay. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. You know, how long have you been doing it?
I've been doing Reiki for a whole year.
Okay.
And then I've been doing the sound bowl about 4 months.
Okay. So it's a new endeavor.
It's a new.
What drew you down to that path?
I want to say just really trying to be better for me, not for anyone else, just for me to be a better person so that I could attract the right people among every coworkers, family, friends, mates, whomever.
Yeah.
Is the sound bowl anywhere like with like the Buddhism?
Yes.
Because the first thing when he say sound bowl, I think of that
Monk kind of, yeah.
Nam yo renge kyo, nam yo
Right?
Tina Turner.
I didn't know one of my exes was a Buddhist.
Yeah.
Really?
She's still crazy. Yanni was a Buddhist.
Yeah.
I chanted with her before.
Nice.
Interesting.
So Cliff, this is your guest friend. Ask some questions. Let us know, like, what are
No,
you
I
thinking?
mean, direct the traffic. You good?
Okay. So, and you said you also is into meditating as well as yoga. So, like, tell us some of the benefits, right? Because I really feel like meditation and yoga, especially with all that we've been through with the pandemic and this everything going on, that can be very healing. I feel like as a people, Black people, we don't concentrate enough about different ways of healing ourselves. Like there's always the old joke, you get sick, drink some ginger ale, eat some crackers, but we don't holistically think of all the ways to like mentally keep ourselves safe, whether it be meditation, therapy, things of those nature. So I'm always curious to have those conversations and like get into that. So tell us about the meditation and the yoga.
During the pandemic, I really suffered. Not that I was at work all the time. I really was suffering with myself because at work I was fine.
Yeah.
But on my days off, I was crying, like, because I was thinking to myself, I made it through the week. I didn't have to work because my coworkers were dying. So
you work, not to cut you off,
Yes.
you working with Clifford and just
lost
me
a
and
lot of
Clifford are me and Clifford are so close that Clifford friends become my friends even if I don't know them like that. And then I was watching people that I know through him that's at the job passing week after week. People our age, people kind of young, people just a little bit older than us passing, and I was just like, it was shocking. I even had what they call survivor's guilt because I'm like, yo, I have a pre-existing condition. I wound up catching COVID, and I survived. Thank God I was working out. I was kind of like, keeping myself, active, so I was able to like not have crazy symptoms and stuff. But I was watching people who, in my head, is healthier than me, die. Especially at your job.
Yeah.
Like, no
And
exaggeration. It was like 20 something people.
Those are like people that work on our unit. Captains,
people
like,
that you knew personally, that you just saw, and then you found out that they were dead.
Good people too.
Yeah, very good people. Really good people.
It's not like it was, not to say
that
whatever, death is death. What I'm saying, but these are real people who's pleasant. They talk to you.
Yeah,
They make
kind-hearted.
you feel kind of,
Yeah.
so, you know, when you work in that kind of environment, you need to be around good people. You gotta have patience.
Yeah.
Trust me. And she knows she's on the top
So
of
you
the
said
food
you
chain
was
with it,
coming
so.
home and crying.
Crying because when you're at work, you're at work. I don't cry at my job. But
Yeah.
we were doing 20 hours. We were doing 22 hours. We were doing 24
Yeah,
hours.
I remember when they couldn't find
And-
people to replace people.
Yeah, and we were just doing it. And it was a machine. And then when you get home, you're depleted. And you're kind of like, what if I get sick? What if I don't make it the next day? What if you go to your family's house? And, you know, so then it really made me focus on what can I do? So I was doing meditation. I was doing retreats outside. And my biggest issue was Black and brown people weren't looking within. People weren't realizing alcoholism is a form of mental health issues. Drug issue? Okay, we got an uncle that's drunk. We got an uncle that is an alcoholic. Okay, let's focus on what's really going on with him and her or it or however you want to do your pronouns. But it really made me focus, and I was like, no, we got to find something. We got to figure this out. So when I found yoga and meditation, I was kind of like, wait, these white people got this shit together. Like,
Yeah, and then
I need to do this for me. So I would have conversations with people, and I'd be like, listen, why don't we meditate with you? I was the only Black person in Tennessee with the Confederate flag flying, and I was like, please don't kill me out here, Lord. Like, I don't want this to be a trap. Didn't know nobody. I just signed up and went. And I learned a lot. And then when I told them I want to focus on Black and brown people, and they were like, you must. Because now that you know the light and you see it, now it's for you to share it with other people.
Yeah.
And just let them find it throughout everywhere else.
And you mentioned a couple of things that I want to elaborate on. But one of the biggest things that I knock on our people as a whole is like we learn information, we learn a craft, we learn a skill, and we
don't
seldom
share
want to
it.
share
We
it.
don't share it. No, we don't share it. Like
Where I have friends, you know, friends that non-minority friends, and they get together with people and they share ideas. They have, you know, business sessions, freely sharing information, and like, this is what I'm doing in the stock market. This is a play you should try. This is a crypto play you should try. Just talking to people shit because
My
it's
own
just like,
cousin didn't want to share for trading information with me on stocks and
because
stuff.
for
I
some
thought that would be
reason,
crazy.
so for some reason, so many times when we're like me working in different, you know, I work in investment banking and working for like different big companies. So many times when you're like the only brown face at the table, for some reason people feel like, yo, I got to sit at the table and no one else who look like me can also have a seat. I got to protect the one seat. Where everybody else kind of mentality there is like, yo, I got to do what it takes for me to leave the seat and go get a better seat. Where we sometimes get there and it's just like, okay, they let me into the room. I got to do whatever it takes to not let someone else, especially who looks like me, take my seat rather than advancement.
We have a survival mentality as a people. And not only just in like business and relationships too, but I'll get into that.
I disagree. I think that the one person to see has been through so much that they know the other person might not be able to handle it, and it's a reflection on themselves.
That's to me. That's a half.
Absolutely.
That's a half
because
bottle.
you
half
might not
empty,
have been
half
able to
full.
deal with what I need to deal with, and if
But
you
that's
did,
not. It's not your place to say
agreed.
that. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not saying it's right, but I think a lot of people. I don't think it's selfishness. It's more of like I had to fight to get here, and you're not gonna not be at least 75% of what I am, because now you're a reflection of me. So if you fail, you do whatever you need to do, and you don't get it, now it's going to be like, oh, well, isn't he your cousin or your brother or something? So I'd rather just not let nobody get there.
Yeah,
but you know, the problem is this is like, you know, we at a time where sharing information is important, right?
It's critical
because like that's why like I'm always constantly talking to people. I even talk to people sometimes I know they don't like me, but I still give them the information because I'm like, you know what, you do nothing for my life anyway, right? Like, you know, a lot of the times, like, you know, the pandemic showed people like you need to stick together because you don't know how long you're gonna be next to. You ain't gonna see this person, whatever. Too, like people were dying left and right, especially in our environment. We had lack of supplies, you know. It just you just open your eyes and say, you know what, let me share information. Oh, you know what, take this medicine. This is gonna help you, whatever. To whom, you know, you need to start losing weight. You know, you're not judging people, but making sure that they're okay so they can move forward. So, and a lot of times in these jobs, corporate and it could be essential work, whatever. A lot of times people want to see themselves do good and not have others be at the same place.
It's the way to be able to flex, right? Like, Your flex should
Yeah.
reflect your hard work.
But it's scary because it's like if we're in the same circle, like me and her share information all the time,
all the time.
like all the time, and just everything. And she was telling me she's doing meditation, yoga, and then she was like, she wanted to be very selective. I'm like, can't do that. If a doctor said, you know what, I don't want to work on the work, damn, I'm not gonna give this guy no transplant or whatever. He's a pedophile. I want nothing to do with him. He can't do that. He still got to work. He got to save that life. You understand what I'm saying? So a lot of the times is. Even through her spiritual journey, I said, "Listen, you can't. If you're gonna do it right. You cannot pick and choose.
Yeah.
Because, and I had to explain to her, a doctor can't come in there and say, "Listen, this guy's a rapist. I'm not gonna do the surgery."
Shit, us being people of
You know?
color, a lot of times back in the days, we wouldn't get certain treatments that we need just because they would look at us and like, your life is not worthy of
Yes.
saving.
Yes.
But I also understand the protecting your energy and protecting your life.
Yes.
And knowing sometimes when you're trying to share with certain people, they could be negative and you don't kind of need that in your circle. But another thing you said that I also want to address is how we don't look at alcohol abuse, drug abuse as a mental health issue, right? Because a lot of times we always judge people who are addicts to stuff, saying that, oh, we see it as a weakness, but we never seen that it's sometimes a cry for help. Sometimes we self-medicate with alcohol so we don't have to feel the pain, so we can forget about that molestation that happened, that sexual assault, that, you know, that trauma that happened. It's just like, you know what? When I'm on them drugs or when I'm drunk, my mind is clear and I don't think about it.
But especially as a black man, a lot of times, you know, as when we get older, now we're sharing information and we're telling you, you know, I'm in therapy, I'm doing this. But it's not a cool thing to tell people. So a lot of times you ain't gonna tell nobody, I got a therapist. Like, now it's okay.
Now,
Before you be
I
like,
think it's,
your friends will judge you on certain things and stuff, whatever too. But you know, when you going through stuff, suicide is real. You gotta let somebody know. You know, I'm not. You know, you gotta let somebody. I have. It's crazy.
When you know somebody
Yo,
who's
Mike,
committed suicide,
it's crazy.
it make you think about it
Mike,
totally
I just
different.
transplanted.
You know what I mean?
I just transplanted 6 months, 7 months ago, and I'm coaching people like every day on different stuff. They didn't know I was going through the stuff because I didn't carry myself
But
that
you
way.
you also are what's called like a born leader, right? Like you don't necessarily have to have the answers to tell people, let's go, we're going to figure it out together. Some people had that voice and strength and some people don't. So that's why I'm not saying it's easier for you, but you don't sit down and
Because-
take the time to become a victim. You just like, I got to push through.
Yeah,
I got goals.
but that you know you have to push through. And then I feel like this time around we all should share information regardless of what, because like you focus on yourself. You're gonna be good regardless. You telling me something that's gonna help you, whatever too. How that's gonna affect if you got the money and I got the money.
Yeah.
Whether you capitalize on it and I didn't, at least I know. You know I helped my. You know now he's in a different space now. He feel better. So. Listen, money ain't everything at all.
it's not.
But
No,
it
it's not.
also changed position to make you feel comfortable, and that's what it's about.
But so another thing, a key thing is the lack of sharing information. When I got my vaccination shot, I didn't get it in like Jamaica or the hood and stuff like that. I got it in by the Belmont, the horse.
Belmont racetrack.
Belmont racetrack, right?
Yeah.
So you know it's an affluent area kind of thing. So anyway, I met up with the nurse, and the nurse was just like, you know why so many people were dying from COVID? It's we didn't have the information, so we was putting people on defibrillators and stuff like that, and that was killing them because they was literally drowning people's lungs and putting more fluid in their system because they didn't know.
Yeah.
These was medical professionals
Yeah.
killing people because we didn't have an example. So sort of like
that's they say
COVID
everybody
was
who
affecting
ended up
people's breathing,
on the breathing
and being
machines
on the
ended up dying.
ventilators,
Makes
being on
it
the
worse.
ventilators, it made it worse.
Yeah.
So they would think of people who was already in bad shape, making it worse, killing them and not knowing, right? Because it was lack of information. Now that we had that information, for you to like pass from COVID, it's like, you know, it really affected your pre-existing conditions. But before they didn't even know, they was just like experimented kind of thing. That's why it's so important when you have information that you know is effective. It's irresponsible to keep it and not share it.
Yeah.
Right? We can all sell hats. we could all sell T-shirts and stuff. But the way Danny put a twist on her T-shirt, the way Marv put his T-shirt, the way Mike do it, it's different. We're going to have audiences, different audience. We don't have to necessarily see ourselves as competition in that way. We could even come together and share ideas like, yo, when I go to do it, this is what works for me. But for some reason, we always feel... I don't want to put too much negatives that it's only people of color, but we have to get past to the fact that, you know what, we're not... my brother's keeper kind of thing. We're not each other's competition. More than when people can shine, but for some reason they don't. So I love the energy that we've had. We're gonna have to like go, of course, to the ratchetness. But before, I want you to let them know how they could, get to you, reach out to you, the things you got going on, your handles and things of that nature.
I have none. Like B was saying, for me, it was more of I wanted to help people around me that I know might need help, but might not realize that they needed help.
Yeah.
So I was just going to go in and do what I do in whatever way you wanted to pay me. It didn't have to be financial, because I don't think that blessings always come in financial.
Yeah.
You know how to paint, and I need a painter one day. I need to be able to call
Barter
you.
system works.
Yeah.
So after this show, we're gonna have people who's just like, yo, I think she's dope.
Yeah.
How do I? So what's the way that you're most comfortable for people to get at you? Is it Facebook? Is it another
Instagram
medium?
is really good. At some point before the year is up, my goal is to create a page that will just be for people to be able to contact me for whatever I am going to do.
Yeah.
But for right now, and by the end, I don't even know my Instagram. I'm not one of those people. So I'm going to go and look at it between the show, and then I'll let you know.
Okay, cool. And obviously, we're gonna have an ongoing relationship. So if you come across this episode and you're like, she's dope, reach out to us, and by then we'll be able to give you the information and point you to like what you got going on. So, I wish information would be shared that someone would have told Udoka he lost his goddamn mind, right? Like there were so many other things I wanted to focus on, but I was just like, listen. let me tell you, it's just like God sometimes give you blessings, and then you just shit on those blessings, and it don't make no sense. Like Udoka, if you don't know him, right?
He's a coach from the Celtics.
He's a coach from the Celtics, but when he was a former NBA player,
He was a good role player.
and then became a coach,
Former Spurs.
and then finally got his shot.
Spurs. He played with the Spurs. He won championship with the Spurs.
Spurs. He played for a couple of seasons. Finally got his shot to be an NBA head coach. But the reason why he didn't necessarily respect the blessing that God gave him, not only because he was a professional athlete, but the beautiful, talented Nia Long. Listen, Nia Long has been in so many songs. She's a cultural icon on how she's just seen in our community. Like Nia Long with the cherry thong with the lights on.
But listen,
like,
we're gonna let you go. Go ahead.
Udoka, like Nia Long and Udoka, right? Like I don't even, to be honest with you, to this day, I don't even know how he bagged her, but God bless, right? God bless. But then
This shit is hot.
you cough up that bag, and then you start stalking. And this is not a racist thing, but the white wife of one of your executives at your job.
Oh, that's
Wait,
a
wait, wait.
story. I didn't
I didn't
know
know
this.
A lot of this information ain't come out, bro. So you got all the facts first.
No.
Just wanna make sure you know the
This
specifics.
fact is the truth.
Because
about
remember,
I know it was somebody's wife.
It
but
was.
yes.
I didn't even know that much.
So
I just knew she
white?
was white.
Yes,
because the
yes.
picture
I knew she
saw,
was white.
The
So-
girl was.
That's
That's
the
not the right
that's the
one?
effed up thing.
It was other
Everybody
women.
ran and went to the black woman,
No.
with the black former WNBA
Yeah,
player,
yeah,
stuff
that's
like
what I
that,
thought it was.
and made it about her, because that was the only one they saw from the pictures and stuff. Like, yo, this got to be the joint. So people ran and started destroying with it. The thing was, he was messing with multiple people.
He was
So
all
I'm
the
not
way
gonna
messy.
I'm not gonna clear her and stuff like that. What made this thing messed up was, it was one of the executives' wives, and it was consensual.
Of course.
But however, when she was just like, okay, we need to stop this, he wouldn't stop.
He wouldn't stop what? The dick?
Chasing.
He started stalking her. So this is my thing.
He was a dick.
I'm gonna let
pussy whip.
listen, I'm gonna let everyone talk.
Get pussy whip.
But this
You
is my
whip that
thing
pussy.
is this is my thing.
He was pussy whip.
You can't. I understand. I'd be naive to say, oh, because you got Nia Long at home that you can't cheat and stuff like that. Whatever. I'm
Well,
not going to be
most
naive.
guys-
There's
most
levels
guys,
to the
when
game. You can't have Nia Long at home and then become thirsty
Over a white girl?
But hold on.
A Becky at your job.
Since we're going to what you call it,
I-
let's
go
talk
ahead.
about Nia Long might not get nasty.
Get the fuck out of here.
Hold on. Let's hold
What you
on.
mean? That's not a big
Listen,
statement.
Nia Long might have not did the things. She listen. She might have started off one way and then didn't. Listen, she might have not been keeping up in the beverage.
I
And
get
listen,
it.
For a man to be stalking her like that, something. She had some kind of control that she was.
Or
doing.
he's not used to being told no.
But my thing is
that could play a part
just
too.
the image of imagine as a black man who has Nia Long at home, and then you cheat on her with this white woman, and then gets this jungle fever where you can't let her go. That the optics is just so crazy. to me.
It's not.
Bro,
So
you can't. You focusing on the wrong thing, though. I
What-
understand.
Okay, break it down to me.
Yeah, he disrespected and embarrassed Nia, as well as himself, right?
he embarrassed
But-
all of us because that no. So I'm gonna elaborate on that, but I'm gonna let you talk though.
No, because what
first.
I'm saying is, their relationship was always a little mysterious, right?
Weird.
It was like
It
him
was
and Nia
weird
Long,
because-
like, are they dating? Did they get married? We know they have a kid together, but they're not married. She's a woman of a certain age. You even put a ring on it, or you move out the way.
They've been
right?
together since 2015.
Okay.
Now we got to ask red flags.
No,
So
they've been
the red-
together since 2010.
No, but he got engaged with her in 2015.
Yeah.
What woman waits 8 years and don't want to get
Especially
married
at that age.
At that age, and you some red flags.
And you
going
have
on.
your papers.
Yeah.
And then that's
Yeah,
another
like-
bad thing.
but wait.
He's a Nigerian, so they're just like, this Nigerian scam Nia Long.
Now go ahead, Mike. Go ahead.
How? First of all, who put out the information? Because stuff like this goes on all the time.
Okay,
especially in the NBA.
wait. That makes sense because I didn't understand what was the importance of us knowing this. I didn't know.
I think he
I
was
knew
the
she was
husband.
white, but now they're
didn't
going to go
even
to
know that.
protocol.
Yeah.
Because you're not supposed to date any sport of subordinates of any sort.
Yeah.
And
But-
that organization, they have specific rules
Yes,
against that.
every
No,
organization.
not every organization does that.
McDonald's,
Yeah.
if you are the cashier lady, you cannot date you can't date the supervisor that is the drive-through. It crossed the
But
board.
I
You
don't
cannot.
think he was directly above her or anything like that, right? And what happened was, like he was explaining, he slept with the wife of an exec.
Okay.
Could have been on some get back shit. Could have just been on,
Nah.
she's around the office. I don't know. Whatever the case may be, I think the husband, whose wife
The
was
white
sleeping with him,
the white-
probably let it out.
Of course.
Right?
What do you mean probably?
Okay, I mean, she might have let it out. The woman involved, because she just couldn't deal with it no more. He was so thirsty.
But they knew back in July and told him to stop. And
Yeah,
he
that's
wouldn't
what's crazy.
stop.
But
That's the
But
crazy
not
shit.
even
He risks everything.
that plays a big part, right? But why he's a disgrace is the cheating part. People do that. Listen,
Absolutely.
Tony Parker was fucking Brent Barry's wife.
His
Okay,
teammate.
Things like that happen. They could push her under
Jason
the rug.
Richardson was
Yeah,
screwing, Steve Nash wife.
Steve Nash kid came out a little funny, so Steve Nash had to take paternity.
It was Jason Richards' kid?
Jason, it might have been Jason because the kid didn't look like Steve Nash. Was like, hold on, that's when he knew his wife was cheating.
Oh my
The kid
God.
come out and the kid's not.
And we
he's
gotta play
white.
ball
He's
together?
like, hold on, what's going on? So a lot of these scandals
Yeah.
they happen, and then and I don't understand. You're like, why would somebody mess with somebody in house? They're around. They going on play dates. They're doing
Absolutely,
vacation.
absolutely,
All of a
absolutely.
sudden, everybody getting close, and that's how it happens. But the disgrace part of this is, as a black man to coach the Celtics. That's huge.
Yeah.
Like we
Isn't
don't
he
we
like-
don't get the
that-
opportunity.
only the second-
that
Isn't he like the second ever
that
black coach?
organization,
Let
that
me
city,
finish.
organization is
let me-
very
that, you know what I'm saying? Historically, no, go ahead.
No, what I'm saying is like at the coach. It's not like coaching L.A. or New York or Chicago Bulls where they you might get a little shot
Boston
here
is
and there, or even
Boston.
Cleveland. Boston is racist.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
when they give you the keys as a black man, you got to be like Obama as the president. There's no mistakes. There can't be no hiccups. And then you come out and do this, it's over. We might not never get a black
I
coach.
don't think he's not coaching them again.
No,
I don't
we
think-
might not never get another black coach for the Boston Celtics.
No, you know why I don't think that's true? Even though he did this,
listen, hear me
he
out.
did take them to the finals last year.
That's why they didn't fire him
No,
outright.
Exactly.
listen. Hear me out. Why I'm saying this is
They still want to win. bro.
they still want to they still want to they still want to win. You throw in and you give that job to Mark Jackson. Why not?
Well,
Like,
you know, Mark Jackson.
Mark
had other
Jackson,
issues.
Mark Jackson got the whole homosexual he don't believe in homosexual or gay people. So
He's
that's
just
it. So
very
he's out.
holy.
What I'm saying is, when you get a job like that, that's a different kind of job. You can't play around like that. You can't sleep with somebody in the organization. You can't have no. Listen, it wasn't even about the side chick joint, because they could have suspended him and then brought him back. Once they found out he was sleeping with the executive, when that kid, I didn't know about
Somebody's
that too.
wife, yeah.
But somebody in there is closer to him snitching.
Yeah, of course.
That he made upset.
So as a
That's what I
woman,
was saying.
we need your opinions, like with the information that you got now. What is your whole thoughts on the whole situation?
Anybody could be cheated on. I don't
Of
want.
course.
I think in black, brown, and some of the beige people, I think people think, oh, I'm this can. Are you stupid? This majority of the cheating is not about what you didn't do. Her not doing what the white woman did. A lot of the cheating is the other person's insecurities, the other person's lack thereof. It's an ego thing. I can do it because this is Nia Long. Everybody wants her. Cats,
Everybody
dogs,
wants you.
women, the wits, everybody.
Halle Berry, she's
And-
one of them too.
and even then-
Let's keep it a buck. It's but so many people that would have gotten Nia Long that you would have been like, yeah, I can see it.
Yes.
How many dudes you gonna be like, yeah, I
Black
can see it?
or-
like that?
black or
I
white.
didn't feel.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I didn't feel he deserved.
Of course not.
that
either.
spot.
Me
So
either.
you didn't even
But-
deserve to be
Nah.
in it.
It
and
always,
you fucked
it
it
always
up.
made you feel like, but you gotta think about it. It always made you feel like, yo, sometimes it be like it don't be the flyest dude in the room that get the flyest. chick.
But no homo. He's a good-looking guy, and at the time he was in great shape. He just fresh out there. No, listen. Don't get it twisted. He could have pulled. Listen. Don't get it twisted.
Nia Long
Listen,
could have the NBA first team
but
for the last 15 years.
what I'm saying is, he could have pulled
Yeah, he's a
something.
decent-
Listen. He's a good-looking dude. He could have pulled something just, and his paper's longer than Nia Long. What you call it?
Absolutely. Let's say
Yeah,
that.
yeah. His papers. Nia Long is a B
be.
plus.
I don't know
Listen,
their account.
as a B plus.
Wait,
athlete.
In the black
wait.
community, she's a B plus.
So yeah, but so until he got this Celtic job, how much you think
was
is the
an
highest
assistant.
he made
He was
in
an
a
assistant
year?
on the Spurs,
But
bro.
listen,
She was dating him when he was an assistant on the Spurs.
But listen,
and as a player, he was never
at
a
the-
top
he
tier
never got
player.
that $100 million
No.
$50
Listen. Listen. If you probably Google his number right now, he's worth at least $14-15 million.
yeah.
Nia Long don't have that.
No, she don't.
She don't
No,
have
she
that.
don't. I don't-
She don't
I don't
have
want you
that.
It was a tough game.
She don't have that. What I'm
She
saying is,
doesn't- yeah.
he had consistent bread.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is don't get it twisted. He wasn't starving for women. Nia Long was a good. Listen. It wouldn't listen.
You don't think Nia Long could have backed her?
No, I'm not saying.
Billionaires with a B?
Listen, hold on, listen.
Yeah, it's not a money thing,
It's
bro.
not-
No,
definitely
it's
not
not
a
a
money
money thing.
thing.
What I'm saying is, it's not even that. He can get a good, nice looking woman just as good as Nia Long too, whatever too. And Nia Long could get whoever she wants. So it wasn't like for them to be together. It was up there at the same level. It wasn't like a difference of Beyonce dating who, you know what I'm saying? Like Beyonce's up here, like you know what I'm saying. So then, but Nia Long she's in right.
Culture
for
don't
him.
pay, baby.
He don't care about that.
What she means to the culture, to the
He don't care
African
about
American
that.
culture,
Yeah.
because she doesn't
Yeah.
mean she's not
She's
known.
Udoku.
She's not.
She wasn't big in Africa.
She wasn't. Yeah,
That's what he paying attention to.
Yeah, no,
Those
see-
African movies on Netflix.
No. What I'm saying, no. What I'm saying is this. Like their celebrity status, it wasn't that. Like Nia Long is probably known more because she's been in Love Jones. She's been in classic hood movies. But a lot of white people don't even know who she
No,
is.
they
Bro,
don't.
but this is the thing. We getting off topic here, and this is the
Okay.
real issue, because it's not even about her status and all of that. It's about the ignorance of this man.
Oh yeah.
Right?
I
the
agree.
ignorance
I
of
agree.
this man.
I agree.
They
To
could have had
do-
a conversation
to do
about
that.
this. Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
you
yes.
wrong initially, sleeping with somebody's wife.
Yeah.
Now it's an exec who you work with's wife,
Yes,
right?
yes, yes.
Now it's cheating on your spouse who's in entertainment,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Now you are one of the top head coaches in the league because you just took your team to the NBA Finals. Brown coaches, exactly,
Okay.
in
Minimize
Boston.
it, yeah.
And then you did it. They warned you. You so thirsty, you couldn't stop. This man needed some extra help that
It
he wasn't
but
getting.
Mike, listen.
After the warning,
Listen, let me tell you something. If he can't stop, that means something's crazy over there.
But that's what I'm
ain't
saying.
no way.
something.
What you saying
It's a
about
power
this woman?
trip.
I'm,
It's a
no,
power
no.
trip.
Yeah,
What
that's
you
what I said.
saying?
You
What's
got
crazy?
to get
what I'm saying. I'm something.
She got that.
It
gold
might not
pocket?
even listen.
What-
It
no.
might not even been the sex. It might have been they had a connection that he didn't want to lose. Sometimes you get a person when they're real vulnerable, and you like, damn. Yo, I don't want this to stop. Yeah. You knew what it started off with. That happens to many people. What I'm saying is this. What I'm saying, that happens to many people. Whatever. I'm not. Listen, my whole thing is this. He got the front seat. A black man coaching the Celtics. Everybody knows that organization is saying. Like you. He played himself big time.
The bag
and whoever was friends of him. They should have told.
They failed.
They failed big time because if it's you or even I'm gonna call you Mike. We got something really good going on. Don't fuck it up for your selfish needs.
And he's gonna get blackballed. I want you to understand that. He's going back to Africa.
No.
Absolutely.
No. There will be no blackball. You got to understand the environment in which it happened, right? Like we said, this has happened frequently. He may not ever coach the Celtics again.
He's not ever going to coach the NBA again.
Yes, he is.
No,
I'll take that bet. He will.
He will.
I'll take that bet. He will.
Bet with you.
They are so thirsty to win.
He got to take.
It was his first year. His first year as a coach. The second year. Until him to the NBA Finals.
No. This is his first year.
First year. What do you consider a step back?
He's gonna have to do TV. People are gonna have to learn to like
trust him again,
like his personality, find out who Udoka is outside of just a basketball mind, kind of his perspective.
He's not going to do that. He's African. Let me explain something to you. He's not doing none of this. I don't care what you.
He
is
apologized.
An African man. He had no choice because they told him that they were going to sign the check. Let me explain something to you. You've never dated a African man. I'm assuming I have. So the reality of the situation is there's ego. This is not the regular corner man. He makes a certain amount of money. He's been used to a certain amount of money, and he's used to a certain caliber of a lifestyle. He is not going to do any of the following.
But that's why I'm so surprised as an African man how you get whipped by something that you can't just say, I can replace her.
I think
why you get caught up like that?
No one sat down and said you cannot have her.
No, they did,
but her.
Yeah, and
they warned him.
It's like even the forbidden fruit. It's forbidden fruit. My thing about it is the stereotype that's so bad. It's like the whole Godzilla wanting, like how like Godzilla.
So you going to the fact that it was a white woman?
I don't.
No,
I'm glad it's a woman and not a man. Let's talk about it. 2022.
Yeah. I am because
I heard you sleeping with the players at one point.
Yeah, that was a rumor they put out there. I was like, yo, what? It was a rumor. It was a typo, but the way they put it out was saying that.
You know why they try to diminish the black man. Hey, listen. When Tiger had 175 came out of it. Listen, when it goes as we
Tiger had more than one.
No. What I'm saying is. One came out first, then all the recruits started saying, you know what, I gotta go out there too.
Open.
Yeah. What happens is when you get that kind of position, you can't play with it.
No.
You cannot play with it because
there's rules to cheating that you have to obey.
No, it wasn't.
I'm gonna let you finish your segment and then I'm gonna go into
it. Yeah, what I'm saying is there's rules you just can't. You don't have the same position.
No.
For example, and this is off topic, Ben Roethlisberger got caught up for rape twice. They push it under the rug. That Brett Favre situation that he's going through right now, they're not gonna make it a big. They're not gonna make it a big. They're not gonna make it a big deal. They're just gonna push it over the rug. Michael Vick.
That's because he's not in the
Michael Vick messed with the dogs. It's crazy. Whole career over. 2 years jail time.
No, but America has more apathy for animals than they do for black people.
But
we know that already.
But what I'm saying is this: anything, what you call it, Ray Rice get into a situation, done. He punched his wife in his face. What you call it? I'm not saying all this stuff is when you black and you in a position, you gotta be careful and at all times.
Absolutely.
At all times, even when you just with your family, you can't just
cannot.
you know what? You'll pass that blunt.
No,
because it might be the wrong person. It might be somebody in your family say, you know what? I could get 5 G's off this. Yeah, take the blunt.
No, let me tell you.
You know what I'm saying?
Ray Rice didn't get canceled because he hit his woman. Because it was on tape. It's what you can prove.
No,
people have done worse.
No, what I'm no one has it documented. No, what I'm saying is this: as a black person in sports or entertainment, and the way you carry yourself is not the same as somebody who's white. You got a certain amount of things they're not gonna accept.
That's in everything.
No.
We always got to do.
No, but what I'm saying is
we always got to be better.
As a Celtic coach, he should have knew better.
But I think that it's the same thing. Like I said, when you get to the top as a black and brown person, it's not that I don't want you to get there too, but you might fucked up. He fucked it up for somebody else that could have potentially been behind him.
Of course. Yeah.
And unfortunately, I don't know who his family or his friends are. Someone should have been like, listen, it's a lie. Someone should have been able to sweep that underneath the carpet.
Yeah.
July to now is two different things. Or if he was a real person, for me personally, you sit down with her. July, listen, babe, something might come out. What do you want to? You have a conversation with your mate because this is.
He knew since July that was coming out. Nia Long just came to Boston in August, and there was house shopping and stuff like that. He gave her no warning.
Yeah,
she didn't find out till 2 days before.
Yes,
but the thing about it is that whole relationship. It was a weird relationship. Some long distance things going on, and it was known that they were together, they're not together. Nia Long just commented on what's the old man? I think it was an old interview. She's like, J. Cole said a line trying to holler at her, and she was like, no, he's not too young. Like little shit. Like no, I'm not. Listen, I'm gonna let you finish. I'm not shaming Nia Long. I'm just saying we don't know the dynamics of that relationship. What he messed up was, like you said, he should definitely had to sit down and let her know. Listen, this was about to come out. Whatever, too. They should have came out before it came out, and then they could have been saving a little face.
Listen, we're like everyone else.
They could have did a whole press conference. You know, we going through this. You put out the story before it come out, like people gonna be like, oh, this.
I understand what you're saying, and that sounds good. But what black woman is gonna say? Listen, my man. I'm gonna sit down with you. We're gonna spend this. When you up there addicted and fiending over this Caucasian woman, you can't stop.
You can't. You could come
bro.
to me.
Yeah.
You could. I'm not saying that I want the videotape. I might knock you out. Yeah. I might have to call your mother. I might have to do all this. But how
she gonna spin it while they're gonna be in front of Oprah talking about it, and she gonna be side-eyeing and nigga like,
absolutely.
It's like you can tell her.
Let me tell you, it's the difference of you coming in front of it and then you letting it happen to you.
Yes.
Two big examples I could give you. Ludacris having a side child on the woman that he's with. Dwayne Wade having a side child on Gabrielle and stuff like that. They got in front of it before everyone got in front of it.
Yeah, that means a lot.
All of that, right? Because she can control the narrative.
Yes.
Luda cheated on the African queen.
Yeah, he cheated on her.
Not even that.
Everybody get cheated on. You know that.
Who's to say they didn't have an open relationship? We don't know what goes on.
But this is rules. And this is gonna sound crazy. There's respectful cheating, right?
No, it's not.
Yes.
No.
Oh no, that's okay. Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it.
The number one rule.
There is respectful cheating.
There's no cheating.
Nah. That's rainbows and fairy tales. Listen. That's rainbows and fairy tales.
What was going on back in our grandfathers and grandmothers' days? They respectfully cheated because they knew their man was out there doing this. Don't bring that shit home.
Don't bring that shit home.
I don't want to hear about it.
Don't make it look stupid.
That's the respectful cheating.
Udoka made his woman look stupid and crazy.
And here's the thing, and a lot of people, there are women that stay. She can't now.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. You put her in a predicament that you can't no more.
Yeah.
You can't no more. And that's why I said, I'm not saying that it's always fairy tales. I'm not that type of woman. But I'm saying and we don't know, he might have had a sex addiction. You remember Holly Berry and who was the man she was married? Eric Benet. He had a sex addiction. And he had a sex addiction, and she was saying she was handing from chandeliers. She was trying to do all these things, and he wasn't
Kobe and the girl in Colorado.
Yeah.
Yeah, listen.
Buy that ring.
Listen.
Buy that purple.
Listen. Going in front of it and pushing it into the situation, it helps everything because now the media can't really attack it the way they want to. Yeah. But when you say, fuck it, let it come out what it is. Listen, that African culture, they believe women are beneath them at all times. Yes. No disrespect. Even some Haitian men. I don't want to sound sexist.
But that's why I said they're respectful.
Listen, they believe women are beneath. I'm sorry.
No, go.
They believe women are beneath them. So him issuing an apology and all this, someone is African, like, it is what it is. Let it come out.
Yeah, but we're good in you. It's respectful. You know what I'm saying? That's how respectful cheating out. Respectful cheating. How can you respectful cheat? You can't respectfully cheat, right? Because this is the thing. I don't care how much you can say, oh, I love my spouse. They would never do such and such. I know them like the back of my hand. We're all adults, right? Mm-hmm. I can't sit there and say, I know what my wife is doing 24/7, right? We got to work. We got to spend time party shows. Like, when I say you got to respectfully cheat, like, you can't do shit that makes you look crazy. Like, this is not, a lot of times, athletes get a chance to step in front of it, right? Because they get extorted. Mm-hmm. And then now it's just like, yo, I'm getting extorted. I can't comply with the extortion. Now I have to get in front of it. This woman's the wife of an executive, right? Mm-hmm. So she's not out here just like, oh, I need this dude money and shit like that. It's for the thrill of the game. She's with Udoka for the thrill of the game and the fun that they have. It's not because she needs Udoka's checks and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So the reason why I said respectfully cheating is like, yo, you can't be out here doing shit that you know is gonna make your woman look crazy. Him a couple $1 million, but he's a billionaire, kind of stuff like that. But it's just like, yo, when you sign up to be a successful person, especially someone who's in the limelight and a public figure, you gotta move in a certain way.
Absolutely.
Like you said the key thing. But to be honest with you, I'm not. God forgive me. I'm not throwing slander on Obama's name. I can't sit there and tell you that Obama has never done anything. Any indiscretion.
But he probably Michelle's like, listen. You know what we got going on. Let me know what's going on. We probably could work something out.
LeBron and Savannah. You telling me LeBron ain't dip out on Savannah?
I don't want to say his name either. But they respectfully do what they gotta do.
Because you have to think
on
about
the low, don't nobody can prove nothing.
Yeah.
Yes, because now let's go contractual. If this violates he's not getting the rest of the money. If you get, let's just say $10 million.
That could have been a clause in his contract. Yeah.
There's a variety clause in all sports contracts.
So now you done put your meat everywhere. You know what I mean? And I'm supposed to be okay with it. I'm not. I'm sure Nia's not as well. And now there's no money. There's no money. Where's the money?
You fucked up the money.
No, I know. I
You
didn't think about
when you
where's
violate
the paper?
a contract,
You're right. No, I
it
forgot.
doesn't matter
Where's the
whether
paper?
it's cocaine or sex. You violate. You're not getting the money.
And then now you're like, yo, your paper was cute. It was nothing crazy. I was with you for you because you got to think about it.
No, she definitely was. I didn't
like
say
you
she
said,
was
worth like $6-7 million.
Yeah.
He's worth like 15.
That's what I said.
15, 20 million.
The money's basically the same.
For us, that 15 million is nice. But Nia Long's in meetings and around people, stuff like that. 100 million is easily.
Yes.
You know how many white men just say, you know what?
And now
listen, I just want to be around you.
Part of it, they got a kid together. Now you're gonna have to pay.
Forget the kid part.
And it's
No,
the whole.
that's a big
Listen,
deal,
it's the
having a
whole
child together. It's
embarrassment.
harder to leave the situation.
Listen, like he was not thinking at all. Sometimes you gotta listen. I get it. You know, there's temptation for everybody, right? And especially in that space, right? So y'all hanging out all the time. Y'all got these meetings. You know, the eye contact come about. You're like, oh, he's a funny guy. You know, there's something that bring you close to that person to go to that spot.
And another aspect of respectful cheating, right? You cheat.
Not me.
No.
You better talk to somebody else.
I'm not pointing to you.
Oh, okay.
I was using my finger mannerism.
No, we wasn't doing that.
You can cheat. Like, men, you can cheat with, like, sometimes there's a different caliber of different kind of levels of cheat. You can't have an affair. Mm-hmm. There's a difference between cheating and having an affair with someone that's just gonna make your spouse look like what the hell? Like to me, if I had an affair,
they gotta look a certain way.
They gotta be of a certain stature. I gotta be like, you know what? I can make that switch.
No,
you gotta have an affair with someone
most
that
people
you can
think about it. Think about it. Most affairs, whatever, too, and you see the other women. A lot of times, the other women don't look better than the person. It's the other woman just had caught that person when he was vulnerable, or vice versa, and they found a connection, and that's what started happening.
Like another dude, and I'm not just keeping black men on the hook. All men get in this question. Another dude who made that woman look crazy, Arnold Schwarzenegger. It's been a couple of years, so I don't remember.
The maid. I remember.
A terrible looking maid at that.
Wait a minute. His
Marie Shriver.
Yeah, but listen.
Most affairs is not lustful for eyes.
Yeah.
It's either sex, or maybe it's I need someone
You
to do my.
can cheat with whoever. You shouldn't have an affair with someone who's a slouch. That's part of the
you say
a continuous ongoing relationship.
You say slouch, but then sometimes when you get to a certain status, it's not even about the money or anything. It's just like. Udoka could have been the guy just been talking to her like she hasn't had no conversation. When she did an executive, he's like, I don't want to hear what you got to say today.
Yeah,
I'm out of here.
Mitch, put the bitch on it.
Listen, are the kids good?
Yeah.
Stop calling me. I got 3 meetings today. Stop, please.
Look.
I haven't talked to you months. We
Wait, did the wife work at the? She worked for the Celtics also.
Yeah. No, what I'm saying is
that's why it's contractual.
No, what I'm saying is what I'm saying is just like all this place. Like I don't care what's going on right ever too. It could have been just a guy that she just have good comments every meeting. Hey, what's up? What's going on? Everything. How's the kid? Son. Yeah, what you call? Oh, he's big now. He's going to college. Next thing you know, he's fucking up. They got this little fit, and then it doesn't make any sense because, listen, even any job you do. But even at jobs and stuff, you got to carry yourself a certain way. They always looking at you differently.
That's a pride thing. It has to be, right? Because when you think about it, she was married. He was semi-married. He had a beautiful woman. Like, he wasn't a single man cheating with this woman, and she was his everything.
Yeah.
So when it came to the end, and she wanted to call it quits, I think he was on some like, no, I gotta end this. Yeah. You can't end
that's
this.
What I said. Ego.
Right?
But that's the cultural thing. The African
That's another thing. Respectfully cheating, right?
Wait.
You got to be able. You got to be. No, I'll let you finish. You got to be able to anybody that you're dealing with, be able to let that go at the drop of the hat. Yeah. As soon as you're in a situation where you can't let that go, you bugging out.
Gotta let it go.
Go ahead.
I think also she might have been respectfully cheating. Maybe she told her husband, "Listen, I'm sleeping with this guy. I tried to end it because you don't." I think with millionaires,
some of these dudes be cucks, these weird cuck situations.
Yes,
so I totally
millionaires
understand.
Don't live like we lived, and it's not about us figuring them out. We're not millionaires. So she might have been respectfully cheating on her husband and said to her husband, "Listen, I tried to end this. I know you're with Molly and Becky and all of the, you know what I mean? Because people do different things, and I'm not here to judge." And she might have been respectfully cheating on her husband and said, "I tried to end it and he wouldn't stop." And that's when her husband was like, "What do you mean he doesn't stop?" Regardless of the story, the problem that I have is, yes, he is at a level, because I didn't know who this man was. I just knew that this was Nia Long's boo. I don't know the name. I'm not about the sports. You're disrespectful in so many ways.
Yeah.
Professionally, because you had this affair and the lady told you to stop and you could not. Now, professionally, you messed up my career because maybe she can't scandal, you don't know. Her contract might be you can't be in the open scandal. Millionaires deal with different lifestyles.
Yeah.
And now they have a kid that they got to explain because from my understanding, the last that I heard was that she found out from TMZ. Yeah. Nobody called her and was like, "Nia,
they reached out to her and said, "What do you think about the situation going on with your partner?" And she like, "What?
What situation?"
I haven't heard her speak yet.
She's not. She did.
What she said?
At the end of the day, she's like, all the people who's reaching out to show me respect, I appreciate and respect my privacy. At the end of the day, I'm a mother, and I got to do what's best for my child. So she already let you know she's not even thinking about Udoka at this point. This is nothing. To answer your thing about their relationship being weird and stuff like that, Nia Long is a sex symbol. So whenever she never disrespected dude, but she can't sit out there saying, "I don't look at other men" and stuff like that. The J. Cole thing, she gotta let you know I'm still hot in these streets.
Absolutely.
So yeah, J. Cole's not too young for me because I'm hot enough to be with anybody who's of legal and consenting age. An icon like Nia Long's not gonna sit there and eliminate herself from being looked at a whole generation.
I know,
right?
You're right about
you gotta
that.
think about that. Young generations like. We in our 30s to 40s, right? But the young kids, 20 something like that, Best Man Holiday, all those movies don't mean nothing to them. So she still gotta be relevant to those crowds. Yeah, so when people shout out her name, she gotta be like, I'm still hot in these streets.
It was.
But she never made him look stupid.
No. It was.
And she's a sex symbol, and she's doing movies with dudes who got more money than him. But I'm not gonna say better looking because I can't be the judge. Have more clout than him and stuff like that. You don't think her DMs on fire for the last 15 years that social media been on fire?
No, listen. All that's cute.
She could open up her phone and tell him, look, this is on my DM. Because the one thing about dudes are mad disrespectful. I got more money than him. I'm bigger than him. You think that stops you?
No, listen. What you're saying is 100% right. But
if Jay-Z had Udoka's money, you don't think dudes would have been disrespecting him on Beyonce?
That's true.
It's because dudes respect who Jay-Z is as a man that people don't go crazy on Beyonce.
He embarrassed his family. He embarrassed the organization. and he embarrassed himself as being a black man and had that seat. We might not never. I'm telling you,
if
that
seat would have wiped up
that
Marcus
seat is
Houston,
dangerous.
You think dudes would have stopped?
That seat is gonna go to somebody like a Rick Carlisle. All these other coaches, that's just like you.
They already got a young boy that they was grooming already.
But listen. That seat gonna go to another white coach. I'm sorry, another white coach that. He goes back and forth. What's the Phoenix Sun coach? He always get a job. He runs the fast breaks and stuff. He went with Steve Nash and he coached the Lakers. He coached the Knicks. Dan Tony. All these people, they're getting calls.
NBA love to recycle dudes. They love to recycle
calling all the white coaches like, listen, man. Okay, we're going back that way.
Because Boston's one step from a chip.
Yeah. But what happens is they're not going. That seat is not. I don't see them hiring another black dude on the head coaching staff for a long time.
It definitely didn't help the situation.
No.
So I want you to close out on this topic as far as the Nia Long Decker and stuff like that. Give us your closeout thought on this whole thing, and then we'll move on to the regular part of the show.
Sad for these women.
Yeah,
we're all in a bad predicament.
To me, it's like, yo, I know it sounds crazy. People are like, how the hell you respectfully cheat? But there's rules to this shit like that. And my thing about it is,
I need to see this other woman.
You don't.
I gotta see her.
And you've never heard
a picture of her.
The white lady. I didn't see the white lady. I seen the black one.
Wait, but you've never seen Nia Long associated with anyone in the industry ever.
No.
Of all the dudes
ever
that she's done these love scenes with and all this stuff
No
like
one.
that.
She carried herself well. I'll give her that.
Respectfully.
She carried
Yeah.
herself well. Yeah, and
For years.
No. Listen, she did nothing wrong. This guy's an animal. He not because no, he's an animal not because of the whole. Men. I'm not saying it's right, but men cheat here and there, whatever. But the fact that you and listen, and he's you're right. I didn't even think about the fact that the culture thing. He's arrogant. Even when he said sorry, it wasn't like, yo, I'm a man. It's more like he said,
I gotta do
No. His thing was, I'm resigning. Fuck that.
Yeah.
I don't need this in my life.
Oh, I did see the picture of this one. Don't tell me this is her.
Let me see it. I just think it's not a visual thing.
But a lot of times
she's okay.
Listen. A lot of times
you can't take these kind of risks for okay.
That's what I'm saying.
You can't.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
She has teeth in her
I gotta
mouth.
win the chest.
Mike, a lot of times the cheating aspect of that with celebrities, whatever, it don't be about the looks.
The
Yeah.
cheating,
Most
okay.
of the time, you're like, oh, it's not
the
this,
cheating, okay. I understand. She's close.
But that's why you gotta
She's fit.
respectfully
But
cheat.
the addicting. They told you stop and chill,
Cliff,
and you
to
couldn't
risk
give
it
it up.
all? To risk it
I ain't gonna lie.
all?
Hold on.
Multi-million dollars?
I listen, as an ex-Snow Bunny killer in college and stuff, whatever. So I was. So,
Bunny killer.
listen, white girls sometimes are very submissive. And what you call it, to the point. I'm not saying that.
I'm not. I
listen,
don't take offense.
Listen, white girls are very submissive at a certain point in time. Who's to say that she wasn't, like, he was having certain things she was just doing?
Doesn't matter what she was doing, my G. It don't matter what she was doing.
No, what I'm saying,
Bro, she could have been throwing rose petals at him as he was knocking it down and calling him King Joffrey, whatever. It doesn't matter, bro.
What I'm saying is,
okay is not risk at all.
No. Listen.
No, bro.
Listen, 100%. You seen Bill Clinton's
Not
side
even your
joint?
job. I'm not even talking about Nia.
You seen Bill Clinton?
I'm talking about she's not even risking your job, Worthy.
No.
You
said
risking
you
your
seen Bill Clinton's
relationship
side joint.
with this
You
woman.
seen Bill Clinton's main joint?
Yeah, she
but
bad. Anything goes there.
Yeah, but
No, what I'm saying.
So that was a bad example.
No,
that's a bad
what I'm
example.
saying. What I'm saying is this: it's not about just the looks or whatever. Too much.
It's not about looks.
It's just it could have been something that she promised him, like, keep doing this. I'm gonna put you in this situation.
Yeah,
you never know. We don't know the full story. We only know what the media portrays.
But that's what I'm saying. No, what I'm telling you is I understand the cheating aspect of it. Why he chose to go with her, da-da-da. My thing is, once shit got hot, and now people know.
Then you gotta fall back.
You gotta move on from this. You can't stop.
Think about it. You gotta think about
You
it.
can't stop with that.
This is the last thing I'm gonna say
Come
when
on,
we
bro.
start the show.
it
Matt
up.
crazy ass Bond said, like, yo, the details are so bad, I had to step back my support from him because what I'm hearing is crazy and I can't condone it. Matt crazy ass Bond, who drove 6
Drive
hours
miles to beat your
Derek
bitch
Fisher ass.
Yeah,
And this crazy ass said I can't condone it. That's some wild shit.
Listen. I listen. When I heard,
It's
I
sad.
thought first of all, I thought it was just one. when I heard the executive and all that, because I was like, yo, the Celtics is being, even Stephen A. Stephen A. was mad. I was like, Celtics, come on, they doing him dirty.
Because in those organizations, people fraternize all the time.
But what happened is he's doing too much. It's just a bad situation. It's even certain PR people that I can't clean this up for you, man.
Yeah,
Olivia
Pope couldn't help his ass out the Scandal.
You went too far. And then it's listen, like I said, I don't see him coaching ever again in the NBA. Not the NBA. NBA is not gonna play.
NBA is a forgiving place.
No, they're not gonna forgive him for this.
To be honest with you, I don't see him.
I think he'll coach again.
If they let him go, I don't see him jumping straight into a head coaching job.
He's never gonna
be an assistant again.
He's never gonna have a head coaching coach.
He's not
gonna get a head coaching job again. Off a scandal like that, people are not gonna forget about it like that because people always gonna remember. There's gonna be fans that put up signs that's gonna make ESPN. Yeah, you cheat. All day, he
didn't commit a crime.
Hold on,
it was consensual.
Hold on, listen, no, he didn't commit a crime. But listen, Kobe had to score 82. He can't go.
But Kobe committed a crime. Shorty said that she raped
She
him.
lied though.
Yes.
She lied at that
game.
She lied.
We later, to be honest with you, we can't say that she lied. What discredit her? She had multiple semen in her panties, and they're just like, this is not a credible person.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, she had multiple semen in her panties.
So you know how nasty you gotta be to be like, yo, you have multiple men's semen in your panties. That means she wasn't washing up after doing.
That means she was also having unprotected sex. With multiple
to be honest
men.
with you, it could have been Kobe and one of his teammates. We just never knew.
Of course.
About
There
the
was a man in
teammate. It was just about Kobe. But rest in peace, Kobe. Right? Come on. Right. So the first topic we're going to talk about is race reparations, and the reason why I say that is we all know that America has a problem with accepting the sins of their past with slavery and reparations. It's wild though, because last night I was watching Atlanta. Atlanta had an episode in season 3. I'm behind, where it was just like black people could find out who the white people who own their people and then start suing them for money. And this one black lady made this white guy went to his house, his job. Anyway, but the reason why race reparations is a big thing because of what's happened to Haley Bailey
for Cinderella.
No,
Little Mermaid. I'm sorry, Cinderella.
Little Mermaid. And the reason why I say is race reparations, right? Because America is not going to give us the financial reparations, right? Because they always say like, well, how do we calculate it? Who do we give money to? They always find ways to give money to countries they did wrong in the past, or they know how to, give Japan money for Hiroshima, or they give money towards the Holocaust, and we had nothing to do with it. And they still giving money over the Holocaust. And don't get it twisted, I'm not anti-Semitic saying, oh, these people don't deserve reparations, but it's just like, I don't understand why America has guilt over the Holocaust when they wasn't part of it. Yeah. But for some reason, the reparations that America is comfortable in is sort of allowing us to see ourselves in their new stories, right? Now we could be Little Mermaid. Now we could be a princess and things of that nature. And people are calling that race reparations. But so many people are so butthurt that their racism comes out and they start attacking these people. And it's sad because it's just like people are losing their shit over her being a mermaid. A mermaid don't fucking exist. So how are you upset? It's a make believe situation. And then I have friends, white friends, who will be like, oh, well then why can't a white person be Black Panther? I said, sure, if a white person want to be from Africa, the king of the African nation,
and there's white people from Africa, though. There is white people from Africa. Stupid.
Why can't this story be made by a talented person? So race reparations, we want to talk about it and see, like, how do you feel like, is this America throwing us, is this a sign of progress, or is this America trying to, like, ease their guilt? And this is the first question is, every time we are included in remakes of classic stories like Star Wars, there was a situation where, they made a black guy part of, the main storyline in the new Star Wars, and people were so going crazy. From
London, right? He's a director. Great actor. He was on Breakfast.
Yeah, African actor. Yeah. Great actor. It was so crazy that some people were committing suicide over it, which is mental. Yeah, but when that movie came out, that was craziness. And Cinderella, America losing their shit and racism comes out. Is this American way of giving us reparations? What do you think?
No, I don't. America can never. Firstly, I don't expect people to give back to something that they didn't consider a crime. At no point did they think slavery was wrong. They were raised to say that black people were not the equal of, they were beneath. So if you were raised to think I am not equivalent to, then why would you think that I think it's wrong? And I also have a problem with, why do you need to see this to be relatable? Why do you need to see a black mermaid to be like, we could do it all? That should be...
We don't need it. But they feel like in their, I guess, some guilty way, let's give them this. Maybe this will make them feel better. I don't give a fuck about seeing a black mermaid.
Not do I.
Yeah.
I don't.
About it.
But for some reason, they feel like it's this olive branch to make. And you don't get it twisted. Representation matter, right? Because to be honest with you,
the princess thing I would go with, yeah. Because even my daughter, she made a big deal about Disney having a black princess.
Yeah.
So that's teaching our little girls you can be this as well.
And to be
a mermaid.
And to be honest with you, I did as a blurred, a black nerd, and a comic book fan, the energy that Black Panther brought to the movies and stuff like that. Even though we had Blade was cool.
Was dark.
Blade was dark. We never had that commercial appeal like, I've seen white kids wanting to be Black Panther. I didn't see white kids wanting to be Blade. You know what I'm saying? Keep it a buck.
I understand where you're going with it.
You know what I'm saying? Keep it a buck. It was that mass appeal, so it was happy to see that. But what do you think, Cliff? You're a father of a young black girl, and you're a father of multiple.
As a father, as a young daughter, I always tell my daughter she's beautiful, and because what happens is even when we took him to American Doll. My daughter, these dolls are 200 a pop. My daughter ran and grabbed that white doll. We said, "Oh no!" Me and her mom both said, "You and Annabelle, her cousin, y'all better go get them black dolls that look like y'all, whatever." Too. It's because on YouTube they put them as a face. They watching all these YouTube videos. And
that's what representation means. Something.
So, sometimes she asks her mom, "Oh, why I'm on my hair straightened and whatever too." So you got to keep encouraged. As a father, I always tell my daughter she's beautiful every day. You're my prince. I give her words, so when she do meet that strong black man, she gonna be like, listen, man, you gotta come correct, because my dad ain't going for it, and he told me not to go for it, okay? So a lot of the times is, even with this movie and stuff, whatever, I think they're doing this more to, put in the spot, listen, we're giving everybody equal opportunity when it comes to these big films now, to make her the mermaid, Star Wars, and all this. They're just saying, y'all getting an opportunity and a shot. But a lot of these movie producers, quote unquote, behind the scene, I'm not saying Halle Bailey and stuff, but certain people, the Terry Crews situation, he said when he first got in, he had dudes, he had to let a dude touch his balls. And, they do.
He didn't have to let him do it. But
no.
He was afraid to react the way he wanted to.
I said it the wrong way. Somebody groped him, and he was just like, usually he would hurt the dude or whatever too. But this is a big time producer. This guy can end you. So I think the opportunities that we're getting now, they're like, listen, man, we don't want to hear no complaining. You're getting a shot. You know what I'm saying? So as a parent, as for a daughter, I always encourage her that you're beautiful. Don't ever feel that you have to be accepted by anybody. Accept yourself for what you are. And then not to go off topic, it's just this new generation. It could make you crazy even as a female. And a guy, you feel like you got to look a certain way. You got it's just. We live in some scary times.
What do you think about, do you think this was a black reparations kind of thing? Or obviously it's marketing as well, but
different aspect to it. The only thing the white man does respect is our black dollar. That's it. They understand that we will spend.
Because we made Black Panther go 1.something billion dollars.
And now they saying, well, white people... There are enough white people that support the black movement, so we can get them to come out to see a black mermaid, because they know we can't support it just ourselves, right, as black people. So it's we get those white people that support the black movements, and we can get all the black people to come because they want to see Black Mermaid. It's a win-win, George. Let's do it. That's what they think. They don't give a fuck about the reparations aspect.
No,
about the dollar.
No, you're right. You're right.
You think after, because... This is the crazy thing about it is
let me just say one thing. And side note, we got Tyler Perry. So now we ain't got to play with you. we'll go to Tyler Perry and we'll use his studio.
Oh.
We'll use his studio that he paid for and get it done that way. So
and
now they like, hold on.
To me, that's more.
Like, hold on. Yeah, they do got Tyler's not playing.
Tyler
Tyler be like, listen, go ahead, use it. Yeah. Hit me up
and
use it.
And don't get it twisted. I'm not a big fan of the demasculation of black men and how, you know, for some reason they love to see us, you know, in roles where, you know, we're not like that strong. Like there's more support for the James Evan fathers and like good time kind of fathers. They want more of these like clown kind of situations. That's why in the beginning I had little issues with Tyler Perry, but just realizing how that man make his money work. How like what he do for the community,
how many of us he's employing.
Look how many shows on BET that he put through, and
it's bad actors. I can't lie.
Yeah,
they're bad actors, but they're black.
But to be honest with you, what I give him props for, he tells our stories in so many different ways. It's not just stereotypes. He sees us in all kinds of different lights, and to me, representation does matter, right? Because when we all grew up, right, you guys were always athletic, in shape kind of guys, so y'all played ball and stuff like that. I played with y'all, but I was never like kind of thing. But the representation that I saw that made me like was Biggie. That's why I was rapping as a young person. That's why I was this big dude who loved jewelry and stuff like that. You know, Biggie's swag was my representation for me to see like, yo, I see myself in someone who's a star, even though his light got, you know, stumped out real fast.
No, I see what you're saying with that point. That's a very accurate point. But let's not plant it on the Black Little Mermaid though, because I'm like, girl, you ain't gonna never be no mermaid, black, white, or other. Do you really want to be a mermaid? No. Now going to what's the one from the princess from Louisiana? Tiana. Yeah. That was something that I could say we needed. And they gave her a hood name
too. Tiana, that was no. She wasn't Becky, the black Becky. She was Tiana.
She was Tiana. I love that.
And that's the Tiana on it.
No, I respect that though. I respect that. It was representation.
That's the representation that we need. Yes, the Black Panther. Everybody in that, from his sister to his mother to his security. Strong black women, right? Yeah. I love that. That's why I was so good, because it wasn't just the fact that you had a black man lead character. Big time movie. You had all these strong black women around him. You know what I mean? To showcase.
And we wasn't peasants. We wasn't like.
Yeah.
They showed Africa like this is the crazy shit. Like 70% of this country sees Africa as childs with flies and big stomach. When Africa, so much of its resources has created so much abundance around the world. Africa's been pillaged from so much. Most of the world's diamond supply has came from Africa. So everybody's walking around with these flashing diamonds. It's an African resource that you have. Africa doesn't get tied to those products. Our cell phones, the materials used to make the chips and stuff like that, the majority of that comes from Africa and is mined from Africa. We're not seeing the money from it, but that's where the resources come from. That's why to me the representation thing is important, but I feel like in this country they do things to pull wool over your eyes, right? Yeah. They want you to feel like, you know what, America's not that bad. I just saw that Black Mermaid, so we should be cool. We gave you Obama. So then you should feel like, you know what, you have an equal shot in this company.
We loved OJ.
Even though OJ's a terrible situation.
We loved OJ.
But even though they cut him at every single time that they can. Obama didn't get a chance to be the president that he could be, but he was the best president that he could be in time. A lot of people just like he should have pushed more
he
for black enhancement.
There's so much you can do in that seat.
That's gonna really go through. Yeah. I could like Trump. Trump came through and threw so many bullshit rules out there and stuff like that. They spent a lot of time like, what is he doing? Yeah. Even his own people was just like, okay, we'll try to pass it through. Trump didn't get a lot of things changed.
He would
talk shit.
Trump was just a gangster.
He talked a lot of shit.
Listen. I didn't really know people.
Even now,
he was a gangster. That's what it is.
So he got files that he shouldn't have, and that's what he's getting.
He's not giving it up.
He said, "In my mind, I declassified them, so they were declassified."
In my mind,
that's what he said. Judges are just like, that's not how it works.
But you know what it is?
I was president. I declassified these.
They feel like giving us these roles for black people, like y'all getting an opportunity and a shot. But like you said, they know that now we got the money to capitalize to make our own.
Absolutely.
So they like, listen, we listen. Let's put it
Who's
out there.
not gonna go and pay to see that in the theaters?
Yeah,
Have you black?
You know who's Mercedes-Benz number one consumer? It's us.
Of course.
More of us buy Benzes than even though we can't really afford it.
Not surprised at all.
There's a lot of things we can't afford. We still go out
Hello.
and get it.
I didn't realize that. I didn't think about it with the whole mermaid thing
Yeah.
that we're going to get. Because I don't think as a child, first thing, I didn't even have black baby dolls. So I never really, it doesn't resonate with me needing to see this to think that, you know, my father did his due diligence, and my godmother, my mother, and my grandmother to make sure that words of affirmation was said. That's my love language. So I guess that maybe that's what, but even when you said all this, you know, now I got to calculate this. Tyler Perry should do something because he's in the position. Another good movie, Woman King. Amazing reputation from.
I didn't see it.
Amazing.
I was supposed to see it last week, and I'm gonna see
My
it.
daughters went to see it today.
I want to say it's better than Black Panther, but
Wow.
No, because people are saying as a story, it's better,
is
but it don't have
amazing.
all the, you know.
Oh, and it's based on truth, right?
Yes, it is. That was where the people wanted to discredit it because Black Panther is coming out on November 11th. It's a Thursday. I'm going to get the day off. I already got this stuff planned. But for me as an adult, my importance now is the representation. As a child, it wasn't really something that I needed. So I think if the little girls need to see a black mermaid, let them. But that shouldn't define them saying that they can be something of importance because the mermaid, whether mermaids exist, don't exist, whatever the case is, they need to see black and brown people doing extraordinary things, whatever that means to them. Whatever it's Girl Scouts, having black people in the Girl Scouts, or Boy Scouts, or basketball, or tennis, or lacrosse, or they need to see it in places that are not always the usual basketball. We monopolize car racing.
And maybe this is the negative thing in my mindset that I kind of see that kind of bothers me is just like sometimes it bothers me now when it's just like you hear like, oh, this is the first black person who's been made of a president university ever and shit like. And to me, what bothers me, I'm proud of the accomplishment, but I'm just like, yo, that's crazy.
It's 2022.
We're still having first. You know what I'm saying? Like we helped build this country, and we're still having first this late in the game, and there's still many we've never had yet. And that's what's crazy about it. And people are like, oh, there's for other races too. But like, yeah, other races weren't involved in the building of this country the way that we were.
Absolutely.
So when I hear like, oh, this is the first time that, you know, an Asian person did something, I'm not discrediting that accomplishment, but they flourished back in their country and they have a history to follow. We as black people are so torn up, we barely can follow our history. That's how ripped from our roots that we are. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes we're following namesakes of our slave owners.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're trying to figure out what Johnson means and shit like that. And Johnson was just the dude who bought your people off the boat.
Yes. You were property of Johnson.
You know what I'm saying? Not to use him as an example, Udoka could be a lot of our last names and stuff like that from Nigerian tribes and Ghanaian tribes and stuff like that. We just don't even know. I don't want to be. Yeah. Please. So this is not right a bad example, but I'm just saying that name.
Yeah.
So the next question is: they used to openly call us the N-word. Now calling us the N-word has made billionaires have to sell their franchises. The Carolina Panthers coach owner had to sell his franchise. The LA Clippers. I remember that one. Yeah. That's when Diddy was trying to buy the Panthers a little while ago. Yeah. And then the Clippers owner we know famously had to sell his coach on that too. Yeah. The Suns coach, Suns owner, he's been given pressure and now he's about to sell it. Is this a sign of respect for us or guilty feelings America has of its dark past? And also, besides Bank of America with the no credit score requirement, down payment loans, like, do you think these things are just like acknowledgement that, you know, things have been done wrong and we have to be done differently? Or these are like, you know, kind of like strategic things? Go ahead.
In banks, yes, absolutely. I think that the lawsuits that they've had for so many people, minority people trying to get mortgages and they having the credentials and they've been overlooked or wherever they lived, absolutely. Banks, absolutely. I think that they at this point they're like, we allow you, come on in, get it.
It's so sad that I'm African American. Well, I'm not. I'm Haitian American. My wife is Puerto Rican. We took down all pictures of ourselves. Absolutely. When we were selling our condo, just because you get lower offers.
Absolutely.
When the person looks like you with the pictures, which is sad.
Yes. As well as a
like
lot.
To be honest with you, we don't even when we buying houses and stuff like that, we don't let them see who we are till we at the table about to sign up. From everything, you just know our credentials. Like, oh, he works here. He works there. They had that money in the bank. Okay, they have to do all of those decisions based on the numbers. You don't get to meet us and see who we are until we sitting at the table signing the paperwork, which is sad, but that's how America makes you have to play.
Absolutely. I've also heard in certain condos when you go, you view the places that there are certain elevators that they put people so that you're not running into neighbors up and down the elevator. So maybe let's just say there's 3 elevators. The one to the side is only for if you want to view an apartment, you want to see it. Those are the only ones that you could go up and down because you're not going to see anyone else. Oh, wow, this is clean. Oh, this is nice. They already got it staged. This is what the life that we live, and this is our reality. Is it fair? No, it's not. But this is when the opportunity is. When you got it, do it.
Yeah. No, so I agree with you. What I further want to say, like, there was a song. The Ice Cream Man song is "Nigga Pick a Watermelon." Hey. That song that they play on the ice cream. That's the original song. "Nigga Pick a Watermelon." That's the name of the song originally. That beat comes from.
The tune.
Oh.
That's the instrumental that all our kids run to the ice cream truck is "Nigga Pick a Watermelon." But anyway, I say that to say this: we went from that being public to now, like if someone's on TV, they slip and call somebody the N-word, like they're cancel season. Should we feel good about that? Or is that just another giving us a
what
bone?
It is? I'm a talk on that. It's not even that. It's feel good about it. Is now we got this thing called social media. So with social media, it could ruin your brand just like that, right? Yeah. So if you're a social media star, say you just came up with social media, or whatever, too, and then you did all this great thing. All it takes is for them to look what happened to Tiffany Haddish and Ari Spears. Not to bring it up, whatever. Yeah. It has nothing to do with just talk, whatever. Just say. There's somebody caught a video from 10 years ago. Tiffany, that was some sick stupid jokes. What I'm saying, but she lost everything. But with this situation that's going on right now is. So the reason why these billionaires dudes got to step down is because social media. You could put a video every day and keep putting it in people's face that this is the owner of the Phoenix Sun. This is what he keeps saying.
A bigger organization.
And then not even that. And if you get somebody that really want to go deep in, we find out when he was in college, he used to call his college, but we call the black dudes on they'll do whatever it takes. Yeah. So they like, listen, this is bigger than you. Just step down. It's not gonna hurt your pockets, what you call it, because we need this organization to still get the money and people to come in. Because now you got somebody like Chris Paul to be like, we negotiate my I'm out. Yeah. Devin Booker say I'm out. I don't want to play for this. Now you're like, hold on, what's going on here? Yeah. They're being forced because we as superstars, most of the players are African American. They're the superstar for these teams, so they have no choice with social media and stuff. Yeah. If it wasn't no social media, these billionaires, man, go fuck yourself. Yeah. Now that we have this outlet, I could put up 10 different videos where the owner saying all this crazy stuff started from when he was in high school all the way to your grown man. So now the organization like, listen, and then they got a whole team. They listen, you gotta step down. Yeah. You have no choice. You gotta step down. Hey, Kev, you gotta step down, Kev. You have no choice. You know what I mean? For this to work and for us to generate the millions of dollars that's bringing them to the games, you have to step down because of social media. Yeah. Social media is powerful.
The next question I have on race reparations is the psychology of it, right? Because a lot of times you see how America. And I can only speak of America, right? Because there's racism all over the world, but I experienced the racism in America, so I know it. A lot of times society picks the kind of quote-unquote minority that they're willing to, like, put up there and say, like, he's quote-unquote one of the good ones, or he's the one that we kind of feel comfortable about.
Token.
Right? Like the Wayne Brady's.
Even Terry Crews has become one of those.
He transitioned into that.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, because more opportunities.
So my question is, do you think society choosing minorities they're willing to back to make us feel, hey, it's okay, we gave OJ or Tiger Woods or even Kanye West, because even Kanye West was mad political one way. They started getting money, then Kanye started like becoming.
But I think
Kanye started becoming. I don't see color.
No.
Type,
I wouldn't mention Kanye because he had when he lost his mom. He had a mental breakdown.
Yeah,
losing a parent of that dynamic. His mom did everything for him. His mom taught him the importance of education alone. That's why Kanye is so above all these other rappers, because his mom instilled to him, listen, once you become educated to the point, nobody's gonna be able to play with you. So that's a different dynamic with Kanye.
I don't disagree with you at all, but Kanye West is one of the people who went from George Bush doesn't care about black people to like now it's just like black people, we can't be victims anymore kind of thing.
We chose slavery.
You
remember
that?
This
is crazy shit.
We know he's not well.
He's not well.
All right, so but my question is, with them doing that, does it make slowly make them people think that that every black person, like there's some black people that they're willing to deal with and some they aren't? Do you think that's the divide and conquer tactic that they have amongst us, right? Because don't get it twisted, like when Tiger Woods do stuff, I don't be like, oh, Tiger Woods is doing it for the hood kind of stuff like that. I never feel any kind of pride. Like when I knew about Tiger Woods when I was younger and stuff like that, I used to be excited. I used to watch Tiger Woods, and then I started hearing him talking and stuff like that. Like, to be honest with you, I'm a LeBron James fan, but what makes Jordan did a lot of things when he was younger. He's trying to make up for it now, where he was just like, he didn't want to get involved with politics because he was just about money. He's just like, Republicans buy sneakers too, kind of stuff like that. And my thing about it is, I get it. People got to protect their brand, but I feel like this day and age, there's so many people to sell to. Like LeBron's not perfect, but LeBron will speak out on issues. And LeBron don't kick because LeBron's still getting to that bag. And my thing about it is just like, I hate when they make it us feel like this is a cool black person to be back. This is not a cool black person to back. So do you think they like pick and choose certain people for us to be like?
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? It's like so. How do you feel about that? I mean, is it something we need to combat? Is it something where it's just like we shouldn't allow them to divide us that way, or is this something where we just got to realize is this part of how America works? We're talking about the divide and conquer, how like a Tiger Woods or who did I mention? OJ. You know what I'm saying? Like it's put up there, like
they can't choose who we put on the pedestal or who we decide not to support based on their opinion or their morality. You know what I mean? Like even with the whole situation with Tiger Woods when he fucked up and started dealing with all these women or whatever. I still loved him as a golfer. Like, I don't fall in love with the person per se. I fall in love with their skills. That's why I still play R. Kelly records. I can't do it. I'm not supporting the man. I'm supporting their skill, their talent.
Crazy thing about he's a musical genius. I listen. Absolutely. What he did, and as a parent, I think he's a sick human being.
Absolutely.
But the music is
don't get it twisted. The music is cool.
I don't idolize. But to be honest with you, when you idolize. They're making you. You know what I'm saying? When you fall in love with the person who you never met, you don't know. It's what they've done. Talent.
You know why it's easy for me to do the separation? Because it's just like, to me, it's so much out there. Like, we live in a time and age. Like, like to me, sometimes I don't even turn on Netflix, because Netflix start giving you suggestions and start running trailers. You could spend an hour watching trailers like, yo, I didn't watch a show yet because all of these trailers coming. We have information overload, so I can choose to like, push someone to the side or choose a kind of person. Like, to be honest with you, I don't watch old Cosby shows anymore because I don't see the show the same way no more after Cosby. I can't. I went back and tried to watch it. I know it's weird.
That is,
but it's my psychology. What? Like, I used to love
Bill
R. Kelly.
Cosby
R. Kelly
is not
Best of Both Worlds. Best of Both Worlds was one of my favorite albums. I don't listen to it anymore.
I can disassociate because I loved it. As a little girl, I wanted to be Claire Huxtable. Maybe that was my.
I wanted to marry Claire Huxtable. I wanted to have a relationship to be like a Heathcliff and Claire Huxtable.
Yeah,
kind of
that was. But I don't. This is their career. This is why I think as people, I'm not black, brown, whoever. You're so focused on this is their job. The Williams sisters, those were two black girls from Compton, and their father just didn't want them to be. And I didn't even know they had other siblings until you watched the movie, the Richards. But they just needed an opportunity, and they did it. So there are other little black girls that won, but this is their career. R. Kelly is a genius. Is he sick? Yes. That don't got nothing to do with me. I am going to listen to TP2. I seen him live, and he's
this is the thing. The reason why it's tough for me.
That man did a 20. He did a soap opera of music. That man is like when he's
on from the back.
Your body's telling me and he's talking about a 12-year-old. That to me.
Now
it has different meaning.
I don't care what he's talking about. How do you relate to that?
Yes, the body's calling. You talking about the 27-year-old?
How do you relate to that?
What we talking about? You saying that like how we pick and choose to put us on the front line, and now it's just they a lot of times they want to put the token black guy in front to make sure that everything's okay, where they could still say, you know what, we gave him an opportunity.
Yes,
and he still, he gonna
yes.
listen to what I say too.
Yes.
Like Wayne Brady is gonna get more opportunity than 50 Cent.
Absolutely.
Right? No, and I like Wayne Brady. I'm not saying
50 Cent knows that.
No.
Agree.
But what I'm saying, what I'm saying is this. The reason why I'm comparing them is this. And Wayne Brady, I like Wayne Brady. It's not saying I don't like. I'm not saying I don't like Wayne Brady. But I'm saying is they know out of Wayne Brady he's gonna reach the audience they really need to reach. Mm-hmm. Dave Chappelle's show got canceled because Dave said I'm not doing it. They try to steal what he built and try to change the whole show around. Yeah. He said, you know what, I'm good.
Yeah.
I listen,
and walked away.
Listen, I'm good. He lost $75 million. And not really what you call it, but he said, I'm good.
Who lost it?
Dave Chappelle.
Oh, yes.
70, because he said, listen, they try to take what he built. And they like everything he did at first when he was doing the Dylons, with Little John, all this, what you call it. He even had Wayne Brady come. He even had Wayne Brady come on and do this. And he get, what you call it. Soon as they did, they said, all right, this is how we want you to run it now. He's like, nah, I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good. So a lot of times, they're going to give the Wayne Brady's an opportunity and say, listen here, this is what you got to do, but don't go past these guidelines. And he sticks to the script. Which what I'm saying is, as a black man, sometimes, I'm not saying that, you create, like Kanye West, like Sway with something, create your own, right? But there's certain things like
you heard he recently walked it back and said maybe Sway did have the answers because of the beef he's going through with Adidas. And Gap.
What I'm saying is, it's certain guidelines they put once they give you the front seat, and they're just not gonna, they're not even gonna reach out to somebody like who can I say, a hardcore rapper. Like a young Jeezy trying to transition into that that now, but they're not gonna reach out to Jeezy and say, "Yo, this is what I want you to run," because they know he's not gonna reach. Even though he's transitioning, he's trying to be quote unquote, fit into both sides. Yeah. They're not gonna reach out because they don't know if they can control you. They know you still got. They
need that puppet.
They know you still got that urban in you. Yes. You got that urban in you to say, like, "I'm not doing that." Yeah. You good on that, and that's why certain people keep leveling up and stay at certain positions.
Last thing I'm gonna say on this, and then we'll move on to the next topic is, I feel like even though we're so young, when I say we're so young, because we've only had real opportunities in the last 50 years where we really had money to like really make kind of things, stuff like that. So before we used to just so die for representation, I want to be able to play, quote unquote, the places that all the other people are placing. But I feel like now we have to place more value on doing things like that's just for us and for us to be okay with it. You know what I'm saying? But I don't feel that we're there yet, right? Like maybe we don't have enough billionaires yet, but to be honest with you, look at what Ice Cube is doing with the big three, right? Yeah. It's a league that he started that's very profitable, makes good money and stuff like that. Even though he's using ex-NBA players and things of that nature and stuff like that, he created a platform that's like making money and stuff like that. I think we need more people with that kind of mentality, like, 50 with creating all those shows with the power and then making all those branches.
And he still have problems with them. It's crazy. He's bringing
he's
bringing all the money that comes into that network.
It reminds you still are not the complete owner kind of thing.
No.
That's a kind of reminder. But just think about it. LeBron and all of these people who are now got all these $100 million and stuff like that, if they wanted to, they could start a league that's just as competitive as the NBA. What does NBA bring to the table? Obviously, they have the infrastructure and things.
Advertising dollars
and stuff like that. But we will be in the position to create those same.
They can't pay the players the way they getting paid.
Yeah, until we start signing a TV contract.
Yeah, but they could do it, and I think it's coming upon them to do it because it might just be the kid on the street that might have not had the opportunity that just needs the glimpse of hope.
And let's keep it real. To be honest with you, maybe in the beginning they don't have all of the TV contracts and stuff like that. But with the internet, to be honest with you, we consume more stuff on the internet. It's easier to individually go to more places and being seen in more places through the internet and like web-based things.
But you know what? It's all this you saying is great, but it's also a mindset. A lot of times people be like, yo, man, listen, all that thing, what you talking about, you trying to build is cool, but I don't got time for that. That white man say. That's why rappers get caught up with bad deals, because they like, yo, man, that. No, seriously, because most of the good producers are black, and some of them which go boom. What happens is you get somebody like Puff who's robbing people so long and giving bad contract. They say, yo, I'd rather go to the white man. No, it's not to make it racist. I'm gonna go for the white man. At least he gonna rob me, but he also give me a little bit extra on the top. Well, I don't know. It's like what I'm saying is a lot of times people don't want to do the work. The groundwork to start it. No, I'm just saying. No, I just use that as an example.
No, that wasn't a bad example.
What I'm saying is, saying is, a lot of times is if we do want to start up a league and whatever too. For example, it's crazy. Even with our podcast, I know a lot of people from different joints, whatever too. I'm telling them, just share it, right? Dudes will not share it just because they think, oh, you getting money? Nah, I ain't gonna do that. Boom. Dudes won't come.
That's always the first question. Well, how much you getting paid?
Yeah.
People get paid?
No, but listen, no.
They get
listen,
sponsors.
They get sponsors and stuff, whatever too.
Yeah.
But listen, hold on.
What that got to do with you sharing it for me?
Listen, I stopped even wearing all these other clothes. If somebody got a clothing on, whatever, I'm rocking it hard, body posting it, and then dudes hit me like, yo, where you get that sweatsuit from? And I send the link to the person, whatever. Because you know what? I'm like, yo, I'm not, listen, I could wear anything and be cool with it. Like, I know who I am. So I do that for the support factor. But even somebody just to share it, you gotta have explanation. Boom. We got the little breakfast club shout out, whatever too. I was sending, yo, just share whatever too. Boom. They was like, I see dudes see it, and then I can see you see it, and they don't even respond. But then they're throwing a party or they're doing this like, yo, Clip, yo, what's up, dude? What you doing? Boom. Yo, only cost this much. But you want me to do that? Sometimes I still do it because I don't go tit for tat.
Don't cost you nothing to share.
What I'm saying is, people might think, oh, he getting paid off that. I'm not doing that. He already getting paid. Why he need me to share it for? To get more? Like, it's sad. It be like that, and we living in some scary times because it be the people that you think is supporting you, not really supporting you. Nah. And then you gotta look at open your eyes.
Someone said there's a reason why your views are way higher than your likes or your shares. Yeah. Go back, check it out. You always have like even simple shit, 400, 500 views.
That's why it's important. That's why
one share.
That's why it's important. Not to say that because when you're doing podcasts, you're doing radio, you have to branch out and you got to meet with all people. Whatever you're doing, yoga, meditate, whatever, you gotta reach all people. But that's why you gotta really build who's your friend and who's something that you're just using for an audience. Yeah. And everything you're doing in life. And I had to learn it the hard way, like through my trials and tribulations. I used to rock with everybody, this and that. You go through the storm.
I used to when we was younger. I realized that not everybody is really rocking with you like that. I used to tell them
I'm not even in the female aspect. I was the guy putting everybody on. Like, seriously, there's dudes that in life, they only got girls because of me. I ain't gonna put them on blast, whatever, this when I was in my heyday. But what I'm saying, they never threw it back. They never threw the alley-oop, whatever. Even just female, like, whatever. I'm the type of person, if I can help you, I will. If I can't, I'm like, yo, I can't do it.
Absolutely.
But dudes can help you, and they still won't help you. No. I'd be like, I don't understand
that.
Yeah, but
I
don't
understand
you can't assume that the blessings are going to happen to them. And that's why I said it costs. And you had to have this conversation with me, like, I don't really like people. Me personally, I don't.
No, she doesn't.
It's just that I know people are really suffering, and like everybody else knows. And then I'm like, why should I have to broadcast? Why can't it just be, oh, I know you, or you know me, or whatever? And I'd be like, oh, well, let me come to your house, let me do a sound, let me do some Reiki on you. Why should I have to? And he said that.
What I told you, you said that conversation.
That's not fair. You can't do that. Yeah. And I was like, no, but you don't understand. And he had to like, and I was like, oh, I never looked. That's why I don't have a website. I never thought of it that way.
I'm like, listen, if every doctor, I just transplanted. What if the doctor I was doing my transplant said
was racist?
Like, listen, I'm not transferring this nigga. Make sure. Listen, all he had to do is one snippet, and there's no. I got a daughter. I got brothers and sisters. I got family and friends and that's it for me.
You got a wife?
I got a wife. You got a wife? Yeah, I got a wife.
No, that's too low on the list, right?
No, y'all saying
he forget it. He was getting there.
Damn. You know how I give it up.
I already know. But what I'm saying is this. You can't pick and choose who you want to help. Like I'm the type of person, I keep my circle close, and I try to forgive everybody, whatever, which is a hard thing to do because sometimes there's no coming back. So, but I'm sorry.
Well, no, like unfortunately, we always have like times like I want to be able to cover different conversations.
Go.
We got so passionate, so now I'm gonna kind of like police it longer for the last couple of minutes that we have. So. Sexual orientation equality. Like we spoke about how reparations, and now they're doing certain things for us to feel like, okay, you do have a seat at the table. But in the last couple of years, especially I want to say in the last 5, maybe the last 10, now there's a race where, okay, the race equality thing is kind of like still there, but now there's a sexual orientation equality kind of thing where it's just like now people, like you said it earlier, you've been now psychologically changed to acknowledge your pronouns, like whether it's him, her, them, I, non-binary, things of that nature. And now I'm wondering, has that push for the sexual orientation equality has made our plight as people of color kind of get pushed to the back burner? Because now I think you could get away with calling someone an N-word. Some people get tight. You may be able to weather, but if you call someone the F-word,
I agree with you.
You are done. You are done globally. You might get trouble in America for calling someone an N-word, but you go to Europe, you good money still. You go other places, you good money still.
Yeah.
You call someone the F-word, and globally you might get canceled.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
I think the gay community now, it are over the Jews and the Asians. I tell people all the time, the Jews are...
I would agree.
The Asian, you cannot mess with the Jewish community. You can't mess with the Asian community. But the gay community now, and I think the reason why they are monopolizing, and I respect whoever you want, don't bother me.
Yeah.
Just don't want what I want. You know what I mean? Don't come over to mine. But I think because it's everybody. Everybody's been affected by it in so many different ways. It's not a color thing. You can't, it's not a prestige thing. It's not a, you make X amount of dollars or make lack thereof. So I think that is definitely something that's going to be going through for a while. And it's something that, to me, it's not a big deal, but I have to respect it now. Like it's become a legal thing.
Yeah. You know what bothers me? I feel like it's not even really our business.
No, it shouldn't be.
But on the same token is the reason why that kind of thinking is a little dangerous, because it's just like, for me to say it's not my business to know that you're gay or not and stuff like that. But when you open up TV or you go to certain places, you'll probably see a husband and wife, a traditional family structure, and that's the representation that you consume easily. It's nothing for you. But just like it was important for me to see, Chadwick Boseman as Black Panther, the cool black hero, it may be just as important as a young gay boy or young gay girl to see a show where it's just like my two dads and my two moms. You know what I'm saying? So I
would agree. I think it's oversaturated these days because it's everywhere. I agree with maybe. I mean, it is part of our society and our culture. So putting it in shows and movies, it's necessary, right? Okay. But no. Hold on. Let me finish my thought real quick, because it goes back to our last discussion on those owners and billionaires that got canceled with that. I'll just and not every one of those situations that you discussed, but at least 2 of them. It wasn't just a racist aspect from those billionaires. There was also sexual things going on. So the women disrespecting the women was a part of the whole Phoenix Suns situation, right?
I think the
so you got
something happened.
You got the Me Too movement. So now you got a combination of not just racist activity, but sexist activity. And if you said something about homosexual, you're done, right? But it's definitely over the racist aspect now. I feel like because people are more afraid, like you said, to say the F word, even more so than the N word.
I want to evaluate something you said, and I'm not like judging you for it. I don't think it's an oversaturation. I think it's not. I think at this point, it's not coming across genuine anymore, right? Oversaturation means it's a problem because they're showing it too much. No, I don't think so. I think it's not coming in as genuine.
No, I say oversaturation because they're showing it in environments where sexuality is not even really a subject matter. When our kids in cartoons, our children are looking to be entertained by Barney and all of that. They're not thinking about my sexuality this and my sexuality that.
That's what I was going to comment on, right?
That's what I'm saying.
What I'm saying is with homosexuality and everything else, the problem is it is oversaturated because you're not giving it an age limit. You're putting it out so much now. Listen, hold on. You're putting it out so much where now my daughter's 5 years old. I don't want her to have to be like, what's going? It's shit. Listen, some of the stuff that's going on, they're making it like everything's okay. Like not to say, listen. You like who you like, you do who you do. I'm not a homosexual. I'm not bashing the gays. I'm not saying anything. But it is an age limit to it. I don't want my child being confused at 5. Listen, as a parent, I don't want to have that conversation at 5. But at 18, I should be like, you know what? I understand that you I understand that you like women, whatever. But TV and this, everything, and then hold up. They're making it seem like it's okay at 5 or 6 years old. No, because the brain is not even developed yet. Let the brain, hold on. Let the brain develop first.
But before I still think y'all looking at it, the saturation versus whether it being appropriate or not. Right? Because saturation is just like saying, like, you know, why in the world are there so many liquor stores?
No, but listen, but
that's not saying it's appropriate.
But the key thing is saying, like, why are the liquor stores located where they're located?
But saturation is when MTV is playing gay next. My child wanted to watch MTV, and they're like next, and it's gay. What I'm saying is, you're putting it to saying it's okay. All ages should be able to. All ages should not. There's certain things. Then that means that it's okay that all ages little kids carry guns and stuff. You're not giving. No, I'm gonna say you're not giving opportunity to
because that's part of society.
That's what I'm saying. You're not giving an opportunity, especially when it comes to kids. That brain is developing at all time. Like if you let your 5-year-old keep watching porn all day. What you think she's gonna grow up to? What you think that kid is gonna go up? He's gonna be a fuck master. He's gonna want to have sex all the time. No, what I'm saying. No, this we all. If you right here and you let your daughter watch porn all day, she gonna want to get it in by the time she's 7, 8 years old. She gonna be like, yo, this is what it is. You can't do that with kids. It's a fine line. What happens is with homosexuality and stuff. Like I said, I don't listen. I like gay people. I like straight people. I have to say that. Like, I don't have no problem with it. We got family members that's gay. You got friends that's gay that didn't come out yet. You got all kind of stuff. I work with gay people every day in the environment we work in. But what I'm saying is it's an age limit with that. Yes. I'm sorry.
But that's appropriateness and not necessarily saturation. Saturation is a numbers thing. It's a numbers thing versus like the time and the place and how it's being placed. Saturation is saying that it's just too many examples of it. And
it is a lot of examples of it, though. Yeah, you got social media doing it. Dwayne Wade's kid is like, just Dwayne Wade's kid is like a superstar because now, like, you know, listen. Like I said, it's so controversial. I don't want to go.
Saturation speaks to existence versus the appropriateness of how it's being presented.
I think it's way too
in the environment and what it's being presented. That's my saying.
Yeah, but that's
I'm talking about because we were talking about an entertainment, right?
Yeah.
In the entertainment aspect, in the entertainment genre, right? That's where I think the oversaturation is taking place, right? And I like adult TV, or if you put it on certain like premium channels, whatever. Yeah. Why do I have to watch a children's program with my child and be looking like, wait, what are they talking about? Why is my child now questioning if Patrick is gay and SpongeBob is, like
some of the cartoons
are
are
oversaturation.
No,
that's what I'm talking about.
I don't think it's first thing, I don't have any children, but I don't think it's appropriate because I know parents that have to, when the kids go to school, what did they identify as? And a parent, when you get to high school, when you're high school level. But as a parent, because I remember 7th grade, I got a permission slip. Could I go to sex ed in 7th grade? And my father ripped up the paper. I went home the next day and I said, don't let daddy see it. Yeah. Mommy, you got to make a choice. Whether it's yes or no, I didn't get sex ed. Yeah. But if the choice was no, we were in a class with other kids and we did something else. They're not giving parents these liberal decisions. It's almost like mask on or mask on for your kids. Yeah. That was a tough situation with a mask. Yeah. As a parent, you shouldn't have to make these situations. Should you allow little Johnny to let his friend over that's a boy but might be gay because you don't know little Johnny? Come on.
For example,
I agree with what y'all saying. Saturation is not.
Okay. We're thinking it's appropriateness. We don't think we're engaging on the appropriateness.
It's saturation is more the fact that these things exist versus placement of these things, right? Okay. You know what I'm saying? But I agree with y'all because there's cartoons I watch and it's just like, oh shoot, what if your
Frozen?
Frozen? She's gay.
What if your goddaughter? Listen,
what's the name is gay? The main star. What is it? Elsa?
Elsa's gay.
She
and
at the end of Frozen 2, her and the girl get together and they go away.
Yeah,
her sister get married to the dude, and her and the girl get together.
But
what
is this? Hold on, more.
Why is that necessary?
What if? Hold on.
Why is that necessary?
Listen, what if your goddaughter, who's my daughter, come and ask you these questions? What are you going to explain to her about it?
That's what I'm saying. Like, to be honest with you, it's a double-edged sword, right?
Yeah.
Because the reason why we have a high suicide rate in those communities is because, especially us people of color, once we start seeing those things, we like, oh, that's a demon, and then we demonize it. We tell them, you got to go to church. Now you can't hang out with the friends you was hanging out with before, and now they keep these things a secret. And then sometimes we also inadvertently create, predators. We create pedophiles and things of that nature because people have to keep these things inside and these secrets and stuff like that. And we never allow them to develop healthy. Because to be honest with you, it's not my preference, but you can't say that someone who's gay is sick.
No,
if you allow them to be but that is the
what I'm saying.
Sometimes people grow in.
What I'm saying is this,
gay camps and gay exorcisms and stuff like that.
As a parent, right? And you don't want to lose your kid, right? So if your kid, if God forbid my daughter came to me and said, oh yeah, I like women and this is what I'm not gonna be like, oh, you like girls, get out of my house or whatever. No, it's none of that. But I want her to have a choice at the right age to understand, to fully develop. I feel like now with social media and these programs and this and that, they're like, go ahead, it's okay. And the kid is 16.
They pushing the narrative too much.
It's like
when the kid is not even thinking about that. Why are you putting this thought in their head?
Sometimes the kids that have these thoughts
way too early to make those decisions.
Yeah, sometimes the kids that have these thoughts, right? Sometimes these kids that have these thoughts and they don't really know what's going on with them, right? But then they see the program going on, they're like, you know what? Okay, I'm good now. Like, they
feel, identify as.
No, so it's.
Let me think about that.
I think also these are things that we cannot ignore. I know it makes everyone, especially in the Black, brown community, oh, I don't want to you have to have the conversation. I never got a sex talk in my life. My parents never explained to me. I wasn't allowed to date. My father was strict. I was never allowed to date. You go to college, you come from college and you're going to get married. No one explained the dating world to me as a child. My father is a West Indian man. There was no...
My father even never gave us a hug before. I know, real talk.
Yeah.
It's kids.
Swear to God.
It's the sad thing. It's kids teaching kids about sex. It's kids teaching kids.
Yes.
Like, I learned my sex stuff from my older brother and my older cousins. They taught me stuff. And then you kind of become the same things for your... You know what I'm saying?
But as a parent, the conflict is, well, once again, what I'm talking about is the introduction of this stuff is too soon, right? Mm-hmm. So as a parent, you're like, at what age should I have this conversation with him or her? You know what I'm saying? Because you don't want to do it too soon, because now you like, they wasn't even thinking about sex. I done put it in their brain, and you don't want to do it too late. Because it was like, you already know this? You already did this? You know what I'm saying?
Now you have to do it. You have,
when?
I think,
but when?
Okay, let's just be honest. If your child is watching something that, and the character might be blatant, it's not. We're having this conversation today. I don't care if it's over pancakes. We're driving to the supermarket. I think that parents now have a choice to create the narrative. They have to say things. They have to. There's diligence, because there are parents now that mommy and daddy was in the house together, and now it's mommy and mommy. What did you say?
I would wait till they pose the question.
Well, okay, what did they pose the question for?
Then you explain it to them, but you explain it to them on a 4-year-old level. Yeah. You see what I'm saying?
I agree with that.
You don't go to it. You don't go to it in detail.
We only got a couple minutes, so let me move on. The next question is, they have made the fact that you may prefer a cis woman and over a transgender woman, and then that makes you transphobic in certain corners. How do you feel about that?
Oh, what's a cis woman?
Explain that. How do you know what we talking about here?
That was kind of deep for
me.
A naturally born woman, a woman who was born as a woman.
Heterosexual. Normal woman, regular woman. Okay, I don't say normal.
A transgender.
Lamar Odom is dating a transgender woman right now. Lamar Odom.
I think so. I saw that.
Lamar Odom.
I saw that. And he's like, people are upset that they're so turned about. Anyway, so the question is,
makes sense.
How do you feel about? To me, that's when it's kind of like it's muddy waters. Where it's just like now you're.
Wait, but you had some of the questions again because you explained the cis question.
Okay, so now in certain corners, you're considered transphobic if you have a preference of dating a naturally born woman over a transgender woman.
It's like you're considered racist if you only want to date black.
Yes. So how do you feel about that?
You only want to date hetero.
Because to me, honestly, on a fundamental level, besides for that being my preference, it's just like, now you're telling me that the fact that I would want to date someone that I could procreate with, an issue, right? Because a transgender woman, you can't naturally have a child with them. That can
always be your reasoning when somebody says something stupid like that. They're like, yeah, I just want to have somebody I can reproduce with.
What do you feel about that?
I mean, like I said,
because people are being shamed about it.
Like, I don't know, it's not my cup of tea. I'm a married man and all that, so. But I don't listen. You date who you want to date, and it's new times. And I never thought Lamar Odom would be doing that, but he is.
Huh? Lamar Odom's a weirdo.
Hello,
Chloe was.
Nah, that was a woman. But think about it. They almost tried to cancel Genuine because a transgender woman during Big Brother tried to kiss him. He's like, yo, and she's like, you see,
Eddie Winslow fuck with the trannies.
Huh?
Eddie Winslow, remember Eddie Winslow?
And
Malik Yoba.
I was about to say,
yes,
it was.
No, it was Mr. C.
They both got caught. Hello.
Yes,
he
did.
Allegedly, I don't know. I know Mr. C.
Both of them got caught.
I ain't gonna put this thing on flex,
but I'll give you Mr. C.
No, but I mean, listen. I think it's new times, so it is what it is. But I'm not. Like I said, that's not my cup of tea, and I think people could have the choice to say, I don't want to date a trans.
Yes.
Because at the end of the day, that person was not born a woman.
Absolutely.
So that could be their choice, and it shouldn't be a big deal. Everybody want to push oh yeah. You see, you're judging me now. Yeah. No, I'm not judging you. You were born like me. You decided to say you have these feelings, and now you're a woman. I respect that. I'm not going to bash you, whatever. Yeah. But don't get mad when I said I just want to, I want to date a woman.
Last question on this topic is do you think that we're crossing into an area where now we're pushing it on people? Like, for instance, I see you just from visually, and I'm going to be like, her, and you could be completely insulted by that, but how would I know until you introduce and say I identify as them, her, or non-binary kind of thing? So I feel like people are getting offended too fast, and it's just do we need to give society more time? Because I feel like it's getting to the point where it's just like you could lose your job calling someone him, and they look like him, but they identify as her.
Yes, absolutely. I think they need to give people more time because this is new. Because the terms have changed. We knew that there was. Gay wasn't particularly looked down as a bad word. Now people want to be called queer or whatever, and that should be okay. But allow me, just like you had to explain to us what the she was, or the is, or whatever it was, we didn't know. Okay, you educated us. Now we know when someone said that, we were like, oh, we knew of a. Give people time. How do you expect me to understand who you are?
Especially because the rules are still changing.
Yeah.
It used to be LGBT. Then it became LGBTQA and some other letters.
Or something like that.
And not to be ignorant, I still don't know all the letters.
Yeah.
But and then it's like, why? Like, some people don't want to grow into that.
No.
Some people don't want to learn about that.
No.
So why I have to? Oh, you like? Oh, you're judging me? No, I'm not judging you. I don't want to learn about that.
Yeah.
And I have a choice about that. Yeah. And you have a choice to say, you know what? This is me. You can either accept me and there's people that want to be with me like that.
I'm not discriminating against you.
Like,
your lifestyle.
as long as I'm not being violent,
telling you you're wrong. Like a lot of church
or making
folks
you feel bad for who you are.
Yeah, you can't push nothing else on me, but I'm just not going to demean you or anything like that.
So we're at the end of the show, I wanted to ask a question, a topic about sex partners, but I didn't manage the time, so I gave myself fault for that. But I want to ask this question real quick. We'll go around and then we'll end the show. Is knowing about your sexual partner's history as far as count? Obviously, you want to know if someone's clean, if they have any diseases. That affects you. But sexual count, is that something still relevant today? Go. We're going round. Body count.
No.
Just no.
No. I mean, you want me to expand? I mean, women are very promiscuous these days. Wow. No, but that's okay. Because they caught up to us.
People are very promiscuous.
People are very promiscuous. So no,
but
I'm not judging you for that.
It doesn't. I don't think it matters.
No.
Like, I feel like when you get to a certain age, you don't look at certain stuff like that, because everybody got a past, and then the person they're only gonna tell you but so much about their past, right? So you gotta judge them from when you meet them. You can't, if you go into their body count, whatever you do, if you do all that research, whatever, it's like you research stuff on Google. It's gonna drive you crazy. Yeah. Then you're not you might not even like the person you're dating.
You don't want to know the number.
Yeah, you don't want to know the number.
Exactly. So my answer to it is no, but yes. And why no, but yes? No, the numbers don't count anymore. But yes is when you deal with someone and you have to have an honest conversation with them, how sexually experienced you are. And that comes with the numbers and stuff like that, right? Because if a person only had one partner ever in their life, they're comfortable in those certain things, but they don't have the experience to say.
They could have been doing a lot of freaky shit with that one partner.
Yeah.
So,
or you could have had multiple partners and you would do nothing.
Yeah, but when you have a limited number of partners and stuff like that,
I'll tell you he's the wild card.
You only know how to deal with a certain level of different personalities and different presentations that you have had. So I don't think you need to know the exact number of how many people you've been with, but like how experienced you are, I think it's an important conversation to have with the person. Because the person only been with one person who was always whacked, now there's gonna have to be teaching and adaptation that you have.
No,
in that
but that's when you get to that level, you'll have that conversation.
But we're talking about the person you're dealing with.
No, yeah, but you asked about the body count. The body count shouldn't, because listen, if you judge somebody by their past, you ain't gonna want to be with nobody these days. Trust me. Listen, there's a lot. Listen,
they always lie about the number anyway.
Yeah,
it's always times 3.
And then not even that. It's always.
Woman tells she been with 3 guys. It's 9.
As an adult, that's then you should ask how many women has she been with. We gonna have the conversation.
That's true. That's true.
Because there are some people that divulged and dabbled, and because those are the questions I ask: how many women and men? I'm very know.
You asking the men that?
You know what I do for a living?
No, but I'm saying,
yes,
you think they're gonna tell you the truth with that?
I mean, but it's still a gate. You have to ask this is 2022. You need to ask these type of questions.
And we got a lot. Listen, there's a lot of closet freaks out here. You're right, man and women.
I don't know how appropriate closet freaks is, but I understand. Everybody got interesting paths. You know what I'm saying?
And
there's gay for pay kind of thing. Gay for stay in prison stuff. But anyway. Thank you so much, Danny, for being a guest on our show. I would love to have you back again, and also, for us to come back after you've done more of your your treatments and things and branding, so that we can have you back again. And then also, you could, educate us more on that, because that's definitely interested. I appreciate you guys for like supporting us. We want to continue to give you guys content that you can learn from, content that you can enjoy. And you know what? I want everybody to be out here and stay safe. Yes. So give your shout outs real quick, and then we end the show. We'll start with you, Cliff.
Shout out to the whole family, us coming, doing a great show. Shout out to our guests that did amazing, and just brought real issues, and was a great gave us great conversation. It's important to just check on your loved ones and family and friends. That's it.
I have the IG. It's sweetd_love.
Okay.
Reach me wherever. Send a DM. All good. I'm grateful for you guys. I've never done a podcast. I've never listened to a podcast. I'm in a little cubby hole in my real life.
Yeah.
So I think that this is good to open platform that you could just really be honest and say whatever you want to say to people, and no harm feelings.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Oh, like always, shout out to our fans and everybody that support us. Keep supporting. Share, our videos, and comment whenever you choose. We always looking for guests as well, so just hit us up, and we appreciate the love.
Yeah. I want to piggyback on everything everyone's saying, and like continue to support us, continue to allow us to know the conversations you would like us to have. Please reach out. You can slide in the DM, Views from the Friend Zone on IG. Send us messages of things you want to hear. Give us feedback on what we're doing with a voice and a podcast of the people. We want y'all to continue to support. We out. Views. For the Friend Zone, it's your time. We giving you real talk, so stay on your grind. We just trying to laugh and have a good time. We dropping the juice so that all our people can shine. Views from the Friend Zone, it's your time. We giving you real talk, so stay on your grind. We just trying to laugh and have a good time. We dropping the juice so that all our people